Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. All right, welcome on in. It is a Tuesday edition of Inside Edge Primetime. I'm your host. I'm Chad Bryan. Eli Moon is still on vacation. I've got Autumn Chisholm with me. There you see the graphic. Look at that graphic. So professional. And then, again, I somehow look like, whatever. Doesn't matter. Welcome. Again, it's a Tuesday edition of Inside Edge Primetime. We're here with you. We've got a jam-packed show. This is one stream. Right? It's 3 shows. It's phenomenal. It's a 1-stream, 3-show phenomenon. I think that's right. Did I say it right? I think I finally got it right. Hey, while we're here, don't forget to check out the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com. You can read about all your favorite personalities. You can go read about Autumn Chisholm, the whole show. The next 3 hours, you can just read about Autumn over and over again. She's got her bio on there because that's probably your favorite personality on the network, I would imagine. And then you can check out the merch shop. The merch shop. We don't have a merch shop. We don't. That's not a thing we have. We have a merch shop. We're not merching. We don't have that. Let me unmute you. But yeah, get yourself a hat, a polo, a t-shirt, a coffee mug. You can get a packable jacket, a Champion Inside Edge Network packable jacket. If it ever cools down, I'm sure it'll cool down at some point. Oh, what else? Check us out on socials at Inside Edge Net. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're even on Twitch. We're on Twitch. You can download the Roku app, the Inside Edge Network Roku app. You can take us anywhere you go, anywhere conceivably you can watch TV. You can take us. We talk about it sometimes. Maybe we don't need to know everywhere that you take us, but you can take us anywhere you want, and that's up to you. That's your private decision. You can do whatever you want. What else is there, Autumn? That's about it, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. The Roku app, that's fun. That's a good thing. So, Autumn, it's Tuesday. We made it through one night of Inside Edge Primetime. You and I thought we did great. I thought it was a fun show.
We did great.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot. So, how are you tonight? How's your Tuesday going?
Tuesday is really, really interesting. Had a really interesting day at work. I'm exhausted. I'm always exhausted. But I'm ready to talk some World Cup soccer. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this. I cannot wait for the World Cup to be over. I can't wait for it to be over. I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, get to the end.
Right.
And of course, we're going to talk one of my favorite niche sports, gymnastics.
Yeah, big news in women's gymnastics. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, you're going to give us your Tuesday top 5, and we'll see if I disagree with your Tuesday top 5.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we'll have to stick around to see what we got into. Sometimes we give away the Tuesday top 5 topics, and sometimes we don't. I think I'll leave tonight a surprise. But yeah, we've got all kinds of stuff to get into. Let's just start. We'll get right into it. We'll get into the World Cup stuff. I'm doing okay. I'll tell you, I was at my daughter's softball game tonight, and I thought for a minute I might actually melt. It was so hot outside. It was about 90 degrees. Mm-hmm. And luckily we weren't facing the sun, so we had we were out of the field. We could face away from the sun, so I could kind of hide in my chair a little bit. We had the little fan bottle with water you can spray on yourself. That kept me alive. So I'm here, and that's a good thing. I didn't completely melt into my chair. But yeah, her season's over. That made me sad. I didn't realize tonight was it, really. Didn't know they were starting the playoffs already. I feel like they only had about 5 games, so it went so fast. It went just so fast. We had a couple rainouts, and I guess they didn't reschedule those. And crazy.
It is adolescent softball, so I would expect nothing less.
Yeah. Well, you pay a certain amount to play, and then you show up, and like tonight we didn't even have an umpire. We had to wait for the umpire to get there, and I thought for a minute there was no third base. I thought they had a first and second base, but we had no umpire and whatever. It's fine. Youth sports. What are you going to do? Anyway, let's get right into it. We got some World Cup stuff to talk. Today, we talked about it last night a little bit. We thought France might be the favorite in today's semifinal match. I told you I was going to rock with Spain. I was rooting for Spain the rest of the way out. I guess that makes me a front runner. I don't really know, but Spain wins 2-0. Trying to bring up the scores here. A couple of goals in the 22nd minute, the 58th minute by Mikel Oyarzabal and Pedro Porro. I'm hoping I'm saying those names right. I'm probably not. But I gave it a shot. I did it. So, yeah, Spain beats France 2-0. They'll move on to the final, which is, I believe,
I think it's Friday, right?
I don't even know. I thought it was the 19th for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Let's double check. Let me double check real quick.
I could be wrong. It would be, and you'll be witnessing history. This will be the first mistake I've ever made, and it'll be right here live on the air.
Correct. It is Sunday.
Okay.
At Life Stadium, we will get to watch. I don't even every time they announce something about this final match, I'm like, how can you even squeeze all of this into it? Right. But I guess they're going to.
Halftime is going to be 2.5 hours long. Apparently, it's going to be a really long break.
No, for real. I think it's Tom Cruise and a bunch of other people are supposed to appear in this during. I'm just so confused. It's a soccer match. What are we doing?
Well, Tom Cruise did the weird thing during the Olympics one year. Remember he
the Mission Impossible.
Yeah, he did the whole thing. They showed him on rooftops or whatever. That was weird.
Oh, yeah, it was the torch passing for LA from I think what was it? What was last year's Paris to LA?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So I don't know. Like I said, and just coming up in a little bit, we've got some big news regarding the 2028 LA games. We'll get into that in a little bit too. But let's talk World Cup. Did you watch this match today? Did you watch France versus Spain, or was it too crazy of a day at work?
I actually watched part of it.
Okay.
So my job, we have a humongous flat screen, and we've been playing. When I say it humongous, I mean as we have 9 flat screen 50-inch TVs and made into a big one.
Okay.
So we've been playing the World Cup every day on it, and I saw the first goal. I didn't see the second one. I'm not really surprised that Spain made it to the final. I mean, I'm surprised that France kind of pooped the bed, but I'm not really surprised at Spain. I mean, Spain does have a World Cup in this century. They won in 2010. So I'm not really shocked. And then, of course, their women's team won the last Women's World Cup. So, I mean, the real match is England versus Argentina.
Okay.
Like I say, either we're going to drink bleach or get punched in the face. One could kill you.
Based on fans, this is Cowboys Eagles, is what I'm hearing. Right? We talked about
literally.
Okay.
No, not Cowboys Eagles. It's kind of it's Cowboys. And I'm put it in Cleveland terms. Cowboys Steelers.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You hate both teams. You really hate both teams, but one of them has to beat the other. And you're like, but who do I want them to win? Who do I want to win? Definitely not the Cowboys. Definitely not the Steelers. I just want to see them kill each other.
That's a tough watch. I'm not going to lie to you. I think as a Browns fan, if you put me in front of a Cowboys-Steelers Super Bowl, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably just going to see. Maybe I'll hang out for the Puppy Bowl or something. I don't know. I'm not going to watch that game. I don't think I'm going to watch that. But yeah, I mean, I get it. So Spain beats France. What are your main takeaways? I mean, you said you're not surprised. We talked about Kylian Mbappe being a little bit hobbled with the ankle injury. Did that play into this victory for Spain at all, or no? Is it just sort of Spain had been pretty good defensively through the World Cup, right?
Yeah, Spain is like I said, they're a very good team. They've been consistently good. I just think this is going to follow Kylian Mbappe. He's having a terrible year, soccer-wise, professionally. Okay. Terrible. From all the stuff that happened at Real Madrid to now the World Cup, he might start getting the Ronaldo treatment of
oh no,
homie, you can't win it all. And wherever you go, chaos follows. Do you know about Real Madrid and what happened?
No, I'm not hip to it.
Okay.
Fill me in.
I'm gonna impart some wisdom. So Real Madrid, they were being called the Real Housewives of Real Madrid because it was such a hot mess of a team. So he left PSG, Paris Saint Germain, to go to Real Madrid, and PSG won the Champions League the year after he left. So then
he's Bryce Harper, right? He's Bryce Harper leaving the Nationals, and then gotcha.
Right? So then he goes to Real Madrid and the team just implodes. There's infighting, there's like crazy stuff happening. He actually at one point left the team in the middle of the season to go on vacation with his girlfriend. At the same time that that's happening, two of his teammates get into such a bad fight that one of them ends up in the hospital. And then they lose the Champions League and PSG wins it again.
Are we sure the teammate didn't just flop for such a long period of time that someone called the med? Okay. You never know.
No.
You never know what's soccer.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But it's essentially like Kylian Mbappe, like where he goes, chaos follows. Okay. And so I'm not really surprised that France didn't win. I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Especially because he's been injured this World Cup. He was arguably one of the best players in the World Cup outside of Messi and Haaland, but it don't surprise me that France lost. It really doesn't.
Well, I mean, talent will get you so far, but I think to really get the job done, you have to have chemistry. And to be honest with you, all this World Cup stuff, it got me thinking, Autumn. We talked about the Scottish fans coming into Boston and drinking, Boston out of beer. Which is fun. I mean, that's a fun challenge, right? Well, I'm not sure if anybody else could really have pulled that off, but we'll see. It got me thinking anyway, like I said, what if there was a drinking World Cup? So I put together, and let me just, I'll pull it up for you here. I put together a little bit of a bracket. We're going to give it away. It doesn't matter. This is who we think, or who I at least think would have won the 2026 drinking World Cup. There may be some surprises in here. You might look at this bracket and go, what is going on in this bracket? But you see,
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think we're good. You've got the Czech Republic versus Finland. They both moved on. Russia was an honorable mention here. They were the highest scoring. They had the highest scoring round of 16. The highest scoring. They were a wild card in the round of 16. They were an honorable mention because they did score the highest in the early rounds. They just didn't win. I'll explain that later. But it's the Czech Republic versus Finland, Germany versus Australia. Yeah, we'll get to that. Ireland versus Poland, and then you've got the United States versus Japan. And basically, well, what do I explain first? Okay, so here's what happened with Russia. They weren't technically eliminated. They got the wild card because officials just they couldn't really prove whether or not they had actually left the competition. It's a whole thing. Russia switched from beer to something from an unmarked bottle. And then they just basically got into a staring contest. They didn't blink for hours. So no one knew if they were there, gone. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's go over this bracket. We've got the Czech Republic versus Finland. Finland enters the tournament with a ton of confidence, Autumn. They're really confident after pre-gaming in the sauna for like 6 straight hours. Unfortunately, every single beer that they opened immediately turned into a conversation about their feelings. The Czech Republic responded by just casually drinking Pilsners before breakfast and asking, is this supposed to be difficult for us? So they move on. The Czech Republic moves on there. That's what happened. That's why Finland's out. And then you've got Germany versus Australia. Well, what happened there, you wonder? Well, Germany arrived with military precision, custom steins, a spreadsheet calculating optimal beer efficiency. Australia's strategy was, she'll be right. It wasn't. The Aussies lost when 3 competitors kind of wandered off to pet a kangaroo that it wasn't even really there, Autumn. So then you've got Ireland versus Poland, right? Ireland moves on. Poland came prepared with enough vodka to disinfect an entire continent. Unfortunately, this was supposed to have been a beer tournament. So Ireland just treated the opening round like a Tuesday afternoon at the neighborhood pub, and they won after convincing the judges they weren't even really trying yet. United States versus Japan. Japan, of course, flawless technique, respect, impeccable etiquette. We know that's going to happen. The United States showed up wearing tank tops with eagle graphics, yelled USA every 6 seconds, and somehow convinced themselves that every beer was basically a light beer. Japan bowed out after politely waiting for everyone else to finish before ordering another round. That got them into a little bit of trouble. So you get into the quarterfinals. You've got the Czech Republic and Germany, right? and then you've got Ireland and the United States. Do you see any problems so far with this? Are you with me so far on this, Autumn?
No, I have no problems because Eastern Europeans really can drink. I've met a few, been around a few. Eastern Europeans can drink and not move a muscle.
No, it doesn't even phase them. It's
Not
amazing.
even
It's one of the
close.
most amazing things I've ever seen. So now we've got some heavyweights: the Czech Republic versus Germany. And again, like I said, this is the heavyweight matchup, right? Germany tried to engineer the perfect drinking pace. They got pretty close, but the Czech Republic just ignored science completely. It just simply kept asking for more rounds. Somewhere around beer number 14, Germany they had to discuss brewing history, what goes into making beer. The Czech Republic had already ordered beer number 15. They were well ahead at that point, and they pulled ahead and they pulled away and won. This is probably the biggest upset of the tournament. The United States over Ireland, okay? The problem is Ireland spent the first half socializing, making friends, singing, pub songs. America spent the first half shotgunning domestic lagers. Like they were trying to impress a college roommate from 2008. Ireland lost because they just kept buying rounds for everybody in the bar. The Americans, not one single round for anybody else. They bought their own. They moved on. So now, where are we at? I got to move back to the Czech Republic versus the United States. Okay. Now, I don't know why this bracket did this to me. I made this bracket, and it puts them in the semifinals and the grand final. So apparently there were two matchups between the Czech Republic and the United States, according to this bracket. I'm not sure what happened there. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to roll with it because that doesn't even matter. Okay, so here's what happens. The Czech Republic comes in. America came in hot, right? They actually discovered that beer pong counts as training. Unfortunately, the Czech Republic discovered beer sometime around the 10th century. By about hour 4, we, the Americans, were loudly explaining how they could totally beat Canada in hockey, and did. And the Czech team had just quietly consumed enough Pilsner to fill a backyard swimming pool. So essentially what you've got here, let's go to the tournament awards. And you see the champion is the Czech Republic, right? They win it. They win the whole thing. They won it twice even. They beat the United States twice, but that doesn't matter. The most impressive performance was Germany for somehow making binge drinking look very, very organized. Life of the party was Ireland, no doubt. They made friends with every single country, including the ones they eliminated on the way there. The loudest team, do we know who that was? It was the United States.
I was going to say it was us, the United States.
No question. They celebrated every single beer like they just won the Super Bowl. The most stoic team was Finland, whose biggest celebration was at one point raising one eyebrow. And the most concerning team was Russia. After tournament doctors asked, wait, is that even beer? What are they drinking? And the biggest hangover was the people who had to judge this competition, probably Autumn. I don't think they're ever going to do it again. So that is the 2026 Drinking World Cup. That is what would happen if we had a Drinking World Cup. Apparently, we were going to have the same finals matchup as the semifinal. I don't know what happened there, but it doesn't matter. Czech Republic wins it. Russia wins the award for the highest scoring round of whatever that is. It's fine. So that's the Drinking World Cup, the 2026 Drinking World Cup. That's how it would have gone down, at least in my mind. Just whatever. So there you go. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe we put that into motion for 2028. I don't know. We could do
maybe. Honestly, it's just for real. I said this to you before we came on. It sounds like Epcot drinking around the world.
Honestly, yeah.
Have you ever seen those videos where people decide to drink around the world and they get absolutely obliterated?
Yes. That is what would happen. Listen, that's what but you've got to be trained. You can't do that without training. Now because you look at that bracket, you can't just drink around the world like that. You can't do the Epcot challenge if you're not trained. You've got to train, which means you got to play a lot of beer pong and you got to do a lot of stuff.
I will say this. Yeah, Eastern Europeans and Irish people know how to put it down, and then Americans that are descended from both really know how to put it down. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Also, I have a feeling Double A is trying to gaslight me.
Oh no.
We'll talk about it later in the show, but I have a feeling he's trying to gaslight me.
Okay. All right. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Let's do this. For the moment, let's go to break. When we come back, we talked about the Drinking World Cup. We got to that in the first segment. So when we come back, let's talk about Suni Lee. Let's talk about U.S. women's gymnastics, the 2028 Los Angeles Games. Eventually, later on in the show, we'll get to the Tuesday top 5. But let's take a break. We'll be back in 3 minutes right here on Inside Edge Primetime. Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Hey, it's Autumn Chisholm here from the Daily Spiral, and you guys are going to be joining me all week. We're going to have a kind of a funky show. Double A Anthony Alford will be joining me all week instead of Chad and Eli. Eli will be on vacation, but this week we are going to get into everything. We are going to get into the MLB All-Star break, the slowest week in sports, the Love Island USA fallout, and much more. And then on Thursday night, you're going to join me solo, and hopefully, LeBron James will have picked a team by then, so I don't have to talk about him. But you are going to watch the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network every night, Monday through Friday, from 11 to 12 p.m.
All right, welcome back in to Inside Edge Primetime right here on the Inside Edge Network. I am, well, that was supposed to fade down a little more, but that's okay. Autumn, I'm glad you experienced something that I've experienced. When you hear your, let me unmute you here. When you hear your own voice, when you're just kind of like, it's a break, right? And you're doing some stuff, and then you see yourself on screen or hear yourself, you're like, Am I live? I saw you sit up for a second, right when I started that promo. That's happened to me so many times, and honestly, it's happened when I haven't even been on the screen. I'll pull up a promo for Midnight Run, right, and it's double A on the screen, and maybe Eli or whatever they're doing a promo, and I'm like, we're back. I'm like, we're not back. It happens to me a few times a night, so I'm glad you got to experience that as well. We are back, like I said, right here on Inside Edge Primetime on the Inside Edge Network, part of the one stream, 3 show phenomenon. Of course, coming up at 11 is the Daily Spiral with Autumn Chisholm and Double A, Anthony Alfred. And then Double A will have you from midnight to 1 on Midnight Run. That rhymed. That was fun. Hey, look at me. Look at me. I got bars. Who knew? Spit a freestyle off the show. Maybe that'll be my new promo. I'll just spit some bars. Why not? Anyway, I'm not going to say what the smash or pass is for tonight. I saw it in the group chat, and I will say it is a very polarizing food item.
I'm gonna just say this: it's not. No, just pass for me.
See, I think I spent enough time close to the city where this originated. I actually liked it. I like it. I think it's good. Maybe it's not good. Maybe it's just nostalgia for me, but whatever. I like it. I like to eat it. Again, I won't give that away. I'll let you find out what that is on Midnight Run tonight. We'll find that out a little bit later. But right now, let's talk Olympics, World Cup stuff. Right, the World Cup and even the World Baseball Classic to a certain extent always makes me think of the Olympics because they're exclusive. Right, they only happen every few years. So it got me thinking about some stuff. And Autumn, you mentioned this today, and I was like, that is one of the honestly, it's perfect. My kids love watching the Olympics, but they get sick of it very quickly, right? They're always super excited. And then like after day 3, I can't get them to watch anything anymore. But my daughter, she loves figure skating. She loves to watch figure skating. She'll watch anything skating related or whatever. Me, as far as Winter Olympics go, I'm a curling guy. I like to watch curling. I think that's fun. That's a sport that I think I could do. I mean, I'd have to work on the hammies for a while. I'm not sure if I could stay up on the ice or not, to be honest with you, but I think their shoes are flat, so they don't really have skates on. I might be okay. I might have enough balance left somewhere in there. My 47-year-old, injury-riddled body, I might be able to stay up on the ice. I'm not sure if I could do the thing where I don't even know what it's called, where they send the stone down the ice because they're so my feet will never be that far apart from one another. That won't happen for me. And if it does, if you see me and my feet are that far, call 911 immediately because I'm injured. So as far as Summer Olympics go, my whole family loves watching. It's hard not to get caught up in the whole saga of women's gymnastics, right? It's high pressure, it's cutthroat. I have seen some of the coolest moments in Olympics history for me, just watching the women's gymnastics team. It's amazing. So Autumn, do you want to take this one? We had an announcement today, right?
Absolutely. Gymnastics is literally one of those sports when you learn about it and you learn about how insane it is, you will never not look at it and be like, I want to just be in your world. So Suni Lee, 2020, technically 2021, Olympic overall, all around champion, announced just today that she will be returning for the LA Olympics in 2028. Now she becomes the 5th person? Yes, the 5th person. I think 5th American. But 5th to compete in 3 different Olympics. Now, Chad, I was telling you over text message that most Olympians by 20 years old are retired.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of have to explain why. Now, if you're thinking like Suni Lee and Simone Biles, like freaks of nature, yes and no. So the reason why a lot of gymnasts, I'm going to say especially before 2016, never really came back for a second Olympic cycle, like it was very rare for them to come back for a second Olympic cycle, is because of the training they got. So Bella and Marta Caroli were the coaches for Team USA for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And they were like the innovators of the Olympic technique of using people when they were much younger versus when they were much older. So they used this technique where the younger you were, or they could mold you into doing these technical routines versus artistic routines. So they started with Nadia Comaneci in the 70s, and then they fled Romania and to the United States, literally in the middle of a gold medal tour. I'm not even joking. Like the ESPN 30 for 30 podcast that I listened to, and this was crazy. They came here and they essentially enacted the technique. But what they didn't tell people in enacting this technique is that you have to starve yourself and you have to push yourself so far beyond physical capability that you are literally constantly hurting yourself and injuring yourself. So they essentially created this technique, mastered the technique, brought it to the United States, mastered the technique again, and then for, I'm going to say about 30 years, the United States couldn't win a gold medal up until 96 Olympics. And even then after that, they didn't win another gold medal until the 2012 Olympics because all of their gymnasts had catastrophic injuries because they were pushing themselves far beyond what they should have been. Like Carrie Strug, found out later on, she didn't even have to do that second vault. She just did it because she had been so trained to perform on injury during that cycle that she did it. So
did she break her foot, or I can't remember? I know she had an ankle or a foot.
She tore her Achilles, like her foot, her ankle, all of that was just like shattered. Like she never literally competed at that high level again.
You know what people never talk about is the toughness that it takes. People never really mention. I know, like there are sports that we think of as being tough. This is one of them.
So the team to me that had it the worst is actually the 2000s team. So the 2000 Sydney team, they literally were in a country so far away from America. They weren't staying in the Olympic Village. They couldn't eat. They were completely secluded from everyone. They literally stayed in a nun's convent, and they ended up grossly underperforming. Especially coming off a gold medal. Yeah. And that's when Bella originally stepped down. Bella Caroli stepped down, and then he got brought back as an advisor role, but he was still the coach. Yeah. And then Marta took over as coach. And when she took over as coach, it made it worse because she was actually physically abusive to the girls. Wow. So a lot of them just kept having these really, really catastrophic injuries at such a young age. And then they would come back for the next Olympic cycle and they couldn't perform to the highest of the ability that they did because literally they used up every ounce of what they had. Yeah. And then in 2012, that was the last team that kind of had that like remnants of we're pushing ourselves too hard. Mm-hmm. And then that was Bella's last. 2008 was Bella's last one. 2012 was Marta's first one.
Okay.
And then
was that the year? That was the Michaela Maroney vault, right? The 2012. That's still one of my favorite moments in Olympic history. That was amazing.
And even then, she could have competed at a higher level, but she literally broke her back. She tore her ACL. She had literally, her body was completely destroyed.
Yeah, I will never forget the way she walked up to that vault so confident, right? I mean, killed it on swag alone. And then pulled off almost a perfect vault. And I was just like, man, it still gives me goosebumps. Like, to watch athletes perform at that high of a level with that kind of pressure. That was amazing. That's one of my favorite moments. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So then, Marta's final team. So Marta's final Olympic team competed in 2016. Mm-hmm. That was the first time since the 90s that two Olympians that had competed. No, that was first time since 2000 that an Olympian had competed back-to-back years. Dominique Dawes was the first one before them. And then Allie Raisman and Gabby Douglas came back for the 2016 team, and that was Simone Biles' first year.
Okay.
That team, if you notice it, from the night and day, Allie Raisman probably could have competed in 2021 because she finally got out of that toxic, Marta and Bella, control environment, because that's when also the Larry Nassar scandal was exposed. There was a whole lot of stuff that happened.
Right.
So now
these girls have been through a lot. These women have been through an unbelievable amount.
So I think Simone was the first one in a really long time to compete in 3 different Olympics. She competed in 2016, 2020, and 2024.
Yeah.
And then now Suni will be the next one. She competed in 2020, 2024, and now 2028.
Yeah. And I think Jordan Childs may compete, or at least try to compete in 2028 as well, which would make her. Yeah.
So honestly, I'm excited for her to do it, but like Suni also has had like severe health issues. Like she had kidney problems. She kind of had to fight back really, really tough after 2020. I wouldn't be surprised if Simone came back for a fourth one. I know she's talked about like how she doesn't know. When she last competed, I was like, girl, you have so much left. Like you can still compete.
Yeah.
And then you also have to contend with the last person who actually beat Simone in America, Caitlin Ohashi. She made her return just like late last month to elite gymnastics, and she was on Nastia Lukin's dad's team. Her back broken, body shattered. She ended up making a transition to junior gymnastics, which is the college level. So Olympics is elite, college is junior. That's why everything in college looks a little bit more simpler. So she made the transition into junior, did fantastic, won a couple national championships. Now she's back competing for elite. I could talk about this all the time because gymnastics is crazy.
It's a cool sport. I wish that there weren't so much. There's a lot of negative stuff that you have to shine the light on. You can't gloss over that because, like I said, some of the things that these women have been through, they're almost they're unspeakable. But then it's also a story of resolve, right? Like to be able to fight through all that, and then to go out and not only compete at the highest level, but to get there, to keep climbing the ladder and keep winning whether it's nationals or whatever you're winning to qualify for the Olympics. It's amazing. And now at least I'm going to talk about the Tokyo Olympics here in 2021 rather.
Technically 2020.
Yeah, the 2020 Olympics, but because of COVID, they got moved, whatever. At least they happened. Yeah. I thought it was cool that they at least happened. But so just for Suni Lee, I'm looking at, so she made about $75,000 for medaling. You get $37,500 at that Olympics for gold, $22,500 for silver, and $15,000 for bronze. But Suni Lee she was at Auburn, right? She competed at Auburn, so she makes, at least at the time of this article, she made about $1.5 million in NIL. So at least you've got that now. There's some healthy compensation. You've always there are commercial deals or whatever, but. I mean, before these girls were amateurs, I don't know how much money they made back in 1996 and 2000, or 1992. We talked about Carrie Strug, Shannon Miller, some of these just phenomenal women's teams that we've had. I don't know how much they made back then. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to verify.
They made like little to no money. I don't know if you know this, but Dominique Moceanu, who was on that team, she actually owns a gym here. Her husband is from here.
Okay.
And I actually got taught an adult gymnastics class by her. She still got it, by the way. She's very much agile. But I remember like they made no money. Like they made zero money, really. Wow. Because also the reason why everybody burned out at 20 is because NCAA used to have rules of like, hey, if you go pro, which means you start accepting like a Wheaties sponsorship or any sort of sponsorship, when you go pro, you couldn't compete. So Simone Biles actually was supposed to compete in college. She was supposed to go to UCLA, but she went pro in 2016, not knowing that 4 years later, NIL would come into play. Jordan Weber went pro. She ended up not even qualifying near the next Olympics. So she ended up having to go in coaching. She was actually head coach of Arkansas up until this past season.
Okay.
Michaela Maroney had to go pro. Allie Raisman and Gabby Douglas went pro, but theirs worked out a little bit better because they were still able to like keep up with competing.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have as bad as a coaching system, as bad as injuries as the other girls, and they were able to sort of like keep themselves in the loop.
Yeah. Yeah, the Carollis were pretty famously brutal. And like
Mhm.
you said, there were so many other things going on at that time that, man, it makes me sad to think that these girls were, they should have been living the dream, right? They're competing in their chosen sport, maybe chosen, at the highest level that there is in the world, not just in our country, but in the world. And I would imagine that the memories that most of these women have are not positive from that time. And they should be. They should be, some of their best memories of their lives. But you've got the NCAA and the Carollis and Dr. Nasser and all of these things that are just really making it a very, very not only physically negative experience, but psychologically, emotionally, it's all around. It's a bad situation. So I'm glad that we've got some humanity now back into, whatever you want to call it, professional, Olympic level gymnastics, whatever you want to say. I'm glad there's some humanity in it. And I'm glad that, that they're allowed to go to college and make some money and make some now, make money off their name, image, and likeness. Maybe, too little too late for a lot of the competitors. But,
Mhm.
I think sometimes I hate to say they're trailblazers because some of the things they went through, it wasn't just normal competition and losing and not making money.
Mhm.
These were extremely psychologically taxing events, right? Not good. But yeah, I'm sure that at least they're happy that today's competitors get a little bit of a better deal. And I'm glad that we finally, like I said, injected some humanity into that situation because it was really bad for a long time, Autumn. I mean, really, really bad. And some of the things that you hear are just they're shocking. I don't know another way to say it. It's just shocking.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the biggest things I know, we're up against time and we have to go to break to get
Yeah.
to the top five.
Yeah,
But
sure.
one last thing that was really like how they really kept those girls in line and like kept them on a tight leash was they restricted food a ton. Like, and that's how Larry Nasser ended up being able to do what he did. I remember the girls who talked about the
Oh,
2000s team. They were like, "You don't understand. Like, we couldn't eat anything, and Larry was just there, and he would give them snacks, and he would sneak them food, and that's how they gained. Like, he gained their trust of
that's
like,
wonderful.
oh, like so." The food restriction is how they kept them in line, and I think it was last Olympics. Simone Biles, she went to the what is it? The Olympic Village. What's the food court? The Olympic Village food court. They
I'm
have.
not even sure. I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like she went there and she just had a ton of stuff and she just had all this food and she just was like if this was like 6 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to eat any of this because that's how restrictive it really was for USA gymnasts. Like, and the fact that now we have someone willing to compete again, willing to put themselves through that, and she already has 2 gold medals and a bronze.
Wow.
Like, shout out to Suni Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, and a silver. I'm sorry about the silver. I forgot they won the silver in the all
Yeah.
around. I
Yep.
completely forgot.
Yep. Yeah, they're amazing. To be able to go through all that and then, like I said, to still compete at the highest level in the world is extremely impressive. It's sad, when you think about everything they went through, but it is impressive that they were able to somehow, I guess, rise above, all of that and just compete at that level. But you're right. We do have to go to break. And I will say sometimes too, fans are awful to these women. I mean, you finish second or third in the world, and somehow that becomes a joke on social media for some people who probably couldn't get up off their couch and walk a lap around their neighborhood. That's wild to me. That's a wild viewpoint. But whatever, we're gonna go to break. When we come back, it's Tuesday. It's time for the Tuesday top five. We'll see if Autumn agrees. I know there was one man. I got in a lot of trouble on this network for my chicken sandwich top five. I'm not gonna lie.
The chicken sandwich top five was one of the worst I've ever seen, Chad. I'm not even gonna say it was one of the worst.
Yeah, that's a pretty. I think that was the consensus on that one. But I was limited to what I had tried at the time, so I have broadened my horizon since then, and we'll find out if I know anything about tonight's topic when we get back. But give us about 3 minutes. We'll be right back here on the Inside Edge Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Glad to be back on Midnight Run. Hope you guys have a great day. It's supposed to heat up again. My goodness, but it is heating up with the Cleveland Browns. We got one more go around with Deshaun Watson, whether we like it or not. We talked about it. Also, haters go hate. People don't want to see LeBron come back to Cleveland. We get all into it. But I have to show you guys something real quick. We talked about this last night on Smash or Pass. I like the walking cheesecake, but would you eat this?
I see it. Mm-hmm. Y'all gotta bring this to the birthday party.
No, you don't. No. $25 worth of good-ass wings, and you're invoking birthday sprinkles and ruining a good product. What are we doing? We got problems here in this country. But you should tune in every midnight or every weeknight at midnight. I'm so flustered by seeing this garbage. Unbelievable. We're with you on Midnight Run every single weeknight at midnight right here on the Inside Edge Network.
And Kata, where Kata deactivates is
Welcome back in to Inside Edge Primetime. What was that in that I don't want to talk about it. Welcome back. I'm gonna you look as
that just made my stomach hurt. Like what? Like when I tell you, first of all, why would you waste chicken like that? Chicken is so valuable. You wasted chicken by pouring sprinkles on top of it, and I just know the diabetes, because you also dipped it in ranch. That was, oh my God. Like, no. This is why we're in a crisis in this country. We're in a literary crisis where everybody just has their phones. Everybody's just doing stuff just to get attention. Yeah. She did that just to get attention. There's no way in hell that was good.
No chance. No chance. Listen, chicken's good. Chicken's fine. Ranch is good. Okay. Sprinkles are good, because 3 things are good does not mean that you have to put them together in one dish. That was quite honestly, that was offensive. But it's Tuesday, and maybe this list will be offensive. I have no idea. It's time for the Tuesday top 5. Let's bring up the graphic. There it is. It's blank. Tonight's Tuesday top 5 is going to be an impromptu top 5 things you do not put sprinkles on. What was that? No, it's not going to be that. No, don't do that. So I asked my daughter, I said, what should I do for the Tuesday top 5? And we had just watched Aladdin, and she said, you know what you should do? She said, you should do the top 5 worst Disney villains. And I said, you know what? I could do that. That works for me. That's fine. Because I think Disney villains have spent decades, Autumn, trying to prove that therapy is optional. And murder is a personality trait, right? They're dramatic, they're petty, and they're somehow always one catchy song away from a complete mental breakdown. So I tried to rank the absolute worst of the worst, not necessarily not even by how evil they were, but just how spectacularly awful they are as people. So we got to get through it pretty quickly. I'll be honest with you. So we're going to move fast. But number 5, it's Maleficent. Okay, she cursed the baby because she didn't get invited to a party. Autumn. That's not dark magic. That's Facebook aunt behavior. That's like the aunt. That's wild.
You know what? That is true. One of my family members did get mad at another family member fairly recently, and she probably would have cursed her if she could have.
Maybe she did. Maybe it just didn't work. You don't know. You have no idea. Maybe it's a slow burn thing. You have to find out. You have no idea. Hopefully not. We don't want any babies being cursed. Do not curse baby. If I have to say that, please, if you're watching the Inside Edge Network, if you're watching us on Prime, don't curse a baby. Please just ask why you didn't get invited to the party. Talk it out like adults. Anyway, number 4 on the Tuesday top 5 worst Disney villains. Come on, man. It's Gaston, and he's not higher on this list. This is a guy so obsessed with himself, he'd probably swipe right on his own profile. We've been talking about dating apps a lot. He looked in the mirror and thought, you know who deserves Belle? Me, right? Me. I don't know how many eggs this guy eats a day. Something about making a barge. I can't remember the song. Doesn't matter. Gaston's awful. Am I wrong?
No, you are correct. I'm agreeing with you right now. I'm agreeing with you. Now this next 3, we're gonna see.
Well, we're gonna see. And I have reasons for my next 3, and there's a reason that this next one is not number 1. And I'll this was a tough decision, but I believe that this next villain definitely belongs on this list. Number 3, Tons from Frozen. Listen,
I get it. I understand. I know he's right where he needs to be. He's not the worst.
Okay. But he is the original Disney catfish, right? He spent an entire movie, Autumn, he pretended to be a Prince Charming type of guy, right? Before then finally revealing that he'd been running a dating scam with a royal budget. This is some Love Island stuff. I mean, this is some Zach Sincere type. Like, that's how I realized that. We just rewatched Frozen actually here in the house. And I was like, it was after Love Island. I'm like, this is like Zach and Sincere, and not Corbin, because he actually had a little bit of charisma, so it couldn't be Corbin. But
he cracks me up, man.
Right.
Terrible, but cracks me up.
You got to have a good robot in the room. Number 2, because we got to move through it pretty quickly. Number 2, and again, there are reasons that whatever. Number 2 is Scar. Let's be honest.
He killed his own brother.
He killed exactly my word.
He killed his own brother.
He killed his own brother. He manipulated his nephew. He destroyed.
It's a thinking he killed him. Yeah.
Yeah, he destroyed an entire kingdom, all because he didn't get promoted. Autumn, I've seen less toxic career advice on LinkedIn.
and then married Simba's mom.
Yeah.
As punishment. So no, okay. Let's see what number one is. Number one, let's see what it is.
Number one is none other Cruella de Vil. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, she tried to kill puppies. So yeah.
Exactly. Imagine hearing, look at that adorable puppy, and then your first thought is, wow, that and 98 others would make just an incredible coat, right? Like even Disney probably they even looked at that and said, you know what, maybe let's dial it back just a little bit here. Because listen, at the end of the day, all these villains, they all wanted power, except Cruella de Vil, who just really wanted the world's most aggressively unethical winter wardrobe, I guess. So she's number one on our list. That's it. She's number one.
Yeah, she literally tried to kill puppies to make a coat. So yeah, no, she's inherently evil. Okay, there's one honorable mention. I know it's technically Disney Pixar, but I think he needs to be on the list as an honorable mention.
Okay.
Lotso from Toy Story 3.
No, that's fair.
That bear was evil as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen any. When I tell you, I still till this day, every time I see a clip of Lotso come up, I literally get chills down my spine.
Yeah, my son can't watch that movie. He got so angry at that. I agree with that. I think you're right. I think you're spot on.
Well, okay, so Lotso. Oh, I got two honorable mentions. Lotso is number one. Number two, because I'm trying to go in my Disney bag, right? I'm going back into my Disney bag because I will say this: Disney has lately been making a lot of family trauma movies, as in like you want to tap in deep to your family trauma. But my Disney villain she should actually, you know what? She should replace Maleficent on this list. Okay. It's the grandma from Encanto. That lady pissed me off.
She blamed. Yeah, I cannot. Yeah, man. Listen. I get it. She had a rough background. She had an incident. Everybody goes through some things. But when she blamed Mirabelle, right, for ruining the house and the family and that, yeah, man. Again, it's funny, Autumn, because I think you'd get along with my son. That's another. He can't stand her. He doesn't like her at all.
No, because she literally blamed Mirabelle from the house, and then when all of her other grandkids were like, "Oh, embracing the different parts of their gifts," she got even more mad. She was mad that Mirabelle didn't have powers. Like she just became power hungry, and the fact that Mirabelle even still agreed to like be in the same. She better than me because Grandma, no, you're not gonna blame me for all of us losing our magic.
Right. And that's why Mirabelle, I think, was the clear star of the show, right? And the obvious savior of that family, because she stuck it out through all that. And then she still brought the family together. She helped fix the house. She got to put the last piece in at the end. If you haven't seen it, I guess that's a spoiler alert, but whatever. If you haven't seen it by now, that's not my fault. I mean, you're about 5-6 years behind. It's not
for real, literally. It's like the whole point is that Mirabelle brings the house magic together. Like she is the glue that holds the family together. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Like she's not the person that ends the curse. She's the person that embraces the family and brings them together. And as someone who is an oldest daughter, a youngest daughter, and the glue to their family, gave me trauma. I could only watch that movie one time. Straight up.
I get it. I'm gonna bring us back onto the screen, but yeah, I think you're spot on. Man, those were really. I should have done an honorable mention. There are so many good Disney villains. Even like Ursula, I think could have been. Jafar was so inept though. Jafar didn't do anything on his own. He had the bird do all this stuff. Yeah, come on.
All Ursula really wanted was just power. But Cruella de Vil tried to literally kill puppies. Like you are evil. Like
you can't kill puppies and not end up as number one on my list. Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
Right. You can't do that. So that's fine. So
wasn't a bad list. Wasn't as bad as your chicken list. That's still bad. That's still pretty bad, Chad. You like it needs to be amended. You need to bring it back after you try the other ones because Arby's on that list is crazy.
Was Arby's on that list?
Yes, it was.
Was it really?
You put Arby's on that list.
I think you might be misremembering. I gotta go back and look at that. But listen, after some time, after it's died down, after I stopped getting yelled at on the network so much, maybe I will revisit after I've had a couple more chicken sandwiches. I did between then and now. I have eaten a Popeye's chicken sandwich. I will tell you that I have seen the error of my ways. It was a very good sandwich. I tried to play it off. I tried to tough it out at first. I was like, wasn't that? It was all right. Autumn, it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was really.
Popeye's chicken sandwich is one of the best things that's ever been invented. I understand why people were punching each other in the face, killing each other. Don't understand that. Do understand why they were fighting each other.
Yeah, I'll punch somebody in the face for some food, but I probably won't end anyone's life. Like, I'm not Cruella DeVille. I'm not Scar, right? I'm not going to do that and then like blame it on my nephew. Whatever. I'm not doing that. But yeah, there are certain lengths I will go to. If you get between me and my food and I'm hungry enough, yeah, you might get punched in the face. And I'll apologize later. I won't necessarily have meant it at the time. But I get very hangry, and you just don't stand between me and my food. My family knows that. I've probably almost run over my kids a couple of times because they got between me and a sandwich. I'm like, that's over there, and I'm not really concerned with what's between me and it. That's my sandwich. So I get it. I completely understand. Listen, that's going to pretty much do it for us. Is it time to bring Double A on the screen? Is he ready for that?
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to switch over, you guys. I think it's time.
Let's bring him in. Hold on. Is he ready? Yeah, he's ready. Let's bring him in.
He's ready.
He's ready now.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting because why would you play that during that promo? Like, that was nasty.
What did I do? What did I do?
That promo was disgusting. Why would that lady? Why would she pour damn sprinkles over that chick? I'm so mad at that.
Oh, that's awful.
That's listen, we got a problem in this country. You know,
diabetes. Yeah,
diabetes. That was a good-looking chicken, and that lady just said, "Screw that! I'm going to turn this chicken into a birthday cake." Can you imagine having a pound cake or whatever, sweet potato pie, and dipping in ranch?
Oh my God, that just made me so mad.
Oh hell no.
No. That lady, she's lucky she wasn't Disney back. She would have ended up on this list tonight. She's lucky.
You have a good product, a great product. Like we all know the cost of living is up. My student loans are up. Things are up. You go take even trying one wing. Okay, fine. You want to be an idiot? Fine. That's $30 worth of wings.
Yeah. She ruined the whole thing. And there was the sound of I can listen to the wings getting ruined. I was like, no.
When she was shaking the box, I wanted to shake her. I'm like, what are you doing? What is this?
And then the Skyline chili of it all. That just made me even more mad because I hate Skyline chili and I think it's an abomination. And I think the fact that people think that that's an Ohio thing, what's in a Kentucky thing, specifically Cincinnati. I need y'all to understand that Cincinnati is in Kentucky. It's not in Ohio. All right.
By the way,
because of Skyline? Just because of Skyline?
By the way,
no, there's other factors.
Okay.
Our smash or pass tonight during the midnight show is Skyline chili. We have a good video to play for you, and I have thoughts. My brain has thoughts, and then my stomach has thoughts.
Usually they don't mix. I'll tell you that.
They don't mix
at all. Yeah.
I'll just say this. You guys already seen it. I'll share with the audience. There's a ton of cheese.
So much cheese.
So much cheese.
Disgusting. I hope you don't like pooping because there is so much cheese.
What do you mean? I mean, we got a whole story. We got a whole thing going on in 2026 now. Apparently, if you eat lettuce.
Yeah. Well, you counteract it with Skyline. You get a couple 5-way or whatever, and maybe chili cheese, and they put a pile on there. And
they'll make it a 6-way and add lettuce.
I'm gonna admit something to you guys. I may or may not have had that parasite.
Oh no.
A couple weeks ago, it was when I was in New York. I came right back, and literally, I couldn't eat anything. Anything I ate, immediately to the toilet.
Oh no!
Immediately to the toilet, and then I saw that report, and I was like, "Oh my God, do I have this? I'm fine now. I'm all right."
Okay.
It never got that bad, but I was like,
please don't describe it. But
yeah, because I gotta run.
Did it match the description?
A little bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. A little bit. And then the locations and then the time frame, I was like, could it be? But then I had to realize I didn't actually eat any vegetables while I was in New York, so it couldn't have been.
Okay.
So like the funny thing, so TMZ or Washington Post, they were the first to report it. TMZ picked it up. Well, Taco Bell has removed, lettuce and tomatoes and stuff, and Taco Bell is a part of this investigation for explosive diarrhea. And I'm like, this is news?
It's like thousands of reported cases of this. Like and when I say it was pretty bad on my end, it was pretty bad. Like it was bad.
I believe you. I believe you. No, I know people who went through this, and it's not good. I know some people who went to the hospital for this. Yeah. So like it's not
causing
good.
it's causing lifelong complications. I mean, it's not just a thing you go through for a couple of days and then you're like, okay, that was tough. Like it really is a problem. I mean, it's a big problem. And it's sometimes it's funny to joke about whatever the words explosive diarrhea together. They're funny. But for 6 weeks, that's not funny. That's moving on to a different word there.
You know what story is just as bad, probably worse? So that bison down in I think in Florida, wherever it was, that attacked the tourists.
Yeah.
You see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made that into a hype video?
No. Oh no. Poor guy broke his femur in 4 different places. They
had one of their football players like mid-cut do a flip as the guy was getting hit. It's like, hey, get season tickets, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Wow. See Baker Mayfield and
leg up on season tickets, I guess. Yeah, hey.
Yeah, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Apparently, that bison did not like having his picture taken, is what I'm gathering from that video.
No. And then allegedly B-Dubs or Buffalo Wild Wings tweeted, "We now have that bison in our witness protection program."
Just in the back eating 5 ways and whatever else. Really cheese. It's fine.
We're giving that bison a 5-way from Skyline Chili.
Both of the skylines up here closed. I listen. I'm a little bit sad about it. That was like my last. I spent a little bit of time down around Cincinnati. I have some good friends in Cincinnati from Cincinnati. I was introduced to Skyline. I'm going to tell you, I didn't mind it.
It's now what I'm going to show you guys tonight. Oh hell, we got a new audience. Go to my page for a second. Go to the Midnight Run page. It's in there.
You guys are just skipping the daily.
Oh no, we're not skipping it. Oh, hold on. Ended up all by me. What's happening here? Why is it like this? Hold on. There we go. We're back.
Hold on. I was just gonna go. I forgot what did I have it labeled as? Hold on.
Like, how did I end up the face of this? Like, what happened to me here?
Go to Skyline 01. I'll give it to you right now.
All right. Fair enough. Skyline 01. Here comes. Serving it up.
I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, trying Skyline Chili for the first time. Here it is in all its glory. It looks iconic, for better or worse. This is the 5-way: spaghetti, chili, a mountain of cheese, onions, beans. And this is the cheese coney. Allegedly, under the cheese and chili and mustard and onions, there is a hot dog. I took a lactate pill, but I think I'm going to need some prayers more than anything, to be honest. And I have oyster crackers, I have hot sauce. I don't know exactly what the protocol is. I do know that the twirl method is highly, highly frowned upon, and that you have to cut it like a pie. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that with this overflowing bowl, but whatever. And as far as adding the oyster crackers and hot sauce, seems unnecessary, but we're way past the point of what's reasonable. Cincinnati is a lawless town. Damn it, I like it. Their chili is a sweeter chili. You can definitely taste the cinnamon and the warm spices. This cut method is ridiculous. Such an urge to twirl the spaghetti. I don't want to piss off the Cincinnatians. I like it way more than I thought I was going to. The spaghetti is seriously overcooked. It's like mush, but the chili is pretty good. This method is crazy.
How's your lunch? Really good so far?
Yeah, really nice. Thank you. I almost forgot. That works. I like the hot sauce. Time for the cheese coney. Proof. There is a hot dog. Structurally, this is about to be a disaster, but I don't hate this either. I actually prefer the 5-way to the cheese coney. Both painfully difficult to eat. but it's not bad. My official stance, I am in on Skyline Chili.
All right.
I'm
going to be honest with you. He lost me with the oyster crackers on the 5-way. I don't know what that was. You can't do that. That's like putting sprinkles on
hot sauce.
The hot sauce is fine. But the oyster, that's like putting sprinkles on chicken wings. Like, why would you? Those are just a snack on before you get all your. Yeah, you don't do all that.
Just disgusting. Again, that is Kentucky. That's not Ohio. Just I'm gonna let you know. Kentucky.
See, for my stomach, that's way too much cheese.
Same. But I still want it. Whatever.
Man.
Now I want Skyline. I gotta drive to. I don't even know where I have to go to get Skyline. Hey, look, we look good in red.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Are we on the right layout? Hold on. There we go. That's better. I don't know. We got all Brady bunched up. I don't know what happened when I switched over. I don't know what happened there. But
who knows?
Who knows? Who has any idea?
All right, Chad. Say good night.
Good night.
Night, Chad. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Autumn.
Welcoming you guys to the Daily Spiral. You have just seen me for the last hour on Inside Edge Primetime. Now we have switched over to the Daily Spiral. AA Anthony Alford has joined me. Tonight we are going to be talking about our top 10 Islanders, why Carl is the funniest Islander. I promise you. I was going to start off with France and Spain, but I'm bored of them. Actually, let's get into some Love Island USA news. This seems to be becoming a Love Island USA show. I should rename it to something else, but no, because we had some news. Number one, everybody got their phones back, AA. And since everybody got their phones back, they've been acting crazy. Okay?
I have not kept tabs off of anyone. I think the only person I follow was Sincere for some reason. But I'm going to follow everybody else.
He still ain't opened them comments. He still ain't opened them comments. He need to open them comments. Okay?
You better stay away from those comments. You better stay the hell away.
Hell, even KC had to open his comments. All right? But we start off with some news. So, first news. Trinity and Bryce tomorrow morning will be on the Today Show. First appearance as winners. I think they're probably going to appear remotely. Everybody flew out of Fiji this morning. Well, Fiji late last night, early this morning, U.S. They're all in L.A. But being that everybody got their phones back, I want to read a statement because unfortunately, Trinity made a statement in defense of Zach. Now, this came as a surprise to me. Because I'm like, what the hell happened? According to Zach's brother, Charlie, the super senior of Love Island, a number of people reported Zach's TikTok account and got it taken down. So Trinity released this statement. She said, coming out of the villa, One, I want to say I'm very blessed and appreciative of the love and support everyone has given me. With that being said, I want to say the hate and ignorant comments some of you guys are doing regarding Zach is absolutely not okay and needs to stop. It's very disheartening, and we are people just like everyone else. We genuinely have love for each other inside and out of the villa, and he's one of the most amazing people I've met. So please have some empathy. And then she tags everybody from the top four. And all the girls reshared it. Look, I love Trinity. I really do. Yes, that's a statement. I really love Trinity. I love her so much. But she does not know the extent of which Zach did to them in the villa. She does not know yet, AA. They just got their phones, right? Mm-hmm. So they just were able to get back into Instagram, turn their comments on, see their follower count, all of that. They have not sat down and watched the show. They're coming at it of, I've just spent 6 weeks with this man. I see him every day. It's really mean that you guys got his TikTok account deleted and you're making mean comments about him. Okay, I understand it. But you still don't know the extent of why we all don't like him.
Well, yes, and they don't know. And again, I wonder what was shared, what was not shared. But my question to you, Autumn, if you were on the show, you came back, let's say you found a connection to the end of the show, whether you won or came a second, you made it to the final episode. Would you go back and watch the show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before the reunion, would you go back and watch every episode or close to every episode?
I would watch any scene that I'm not in because number one, well, actually, you know what? I would watch everything because number one, I feel like showing up not informed, especially to somewhere where we have to talk about what has happened, to me, it's just like you're doing yourself a disservice. So I think them making this statement, I've seen a lot of people say, well, Zach probably, did what he did in the villa of he got real butthurt and brought the morale down. So everybody was like, all right, let's just make a statement, which he probably did. But then Kata posted a picture with her and Zach, and Zach called her my rock, and then she deactivated her Instagram because a number of people probably came into her DMs and were like, hey, he's not treating you right. He's treating you terribly. And I think they're just seeing that, look, from what I've seen from everybody's reposts, from everybody's anything, they're just seeing the edits. They're just seeing the good points. That's what they're seeing. They're not seeing the scenes where Zach telling Bryce, I don't think Trinity fits in with me or Kata. They're not seeing where Zach is openly interfering with all their relationships and then making himself the victim. They didn't see him essentially negging Kata to be like, well, I'm not going to make you breakfast because you went and talked to Caleb. They're not seeing that yet. So I understand why they made the statement. I just think that you could have waited. Just watch the show and you would have seen why people don't like him.
But you know what though? I wonder, because think about this. I'm just thinking about how I would react if I was on the show and I came back home and I didn't have my phone. I'm going to have a freak out session in about an hour about what happened to my Facebook today.
I know.
But imagine, again, all kidding aside, that's a separate thing. Imagine you're away from social media, family, friends, pretty much all contact for 6 weeks. I mean, we freak out if we miss a day. So 6 weeks, this phone's blowing up with stuff. And you're seeing the nonsense already. You're seeing it so much. And, you're sitting there like, you don't know this part. You don't know this guy. It's like Sincere all over again, right? Like Sincere was shown a certain way on the show, deservingly so. But you have the core four. You have, they're defending.
You have everybody in the villa. And I will say this, everybody that's still kind of in the villa right now, like the final four, haven't seen anybody defend him. Corbin still is on his neck. Gall came out today, has been on his neck. Like everybody that's like a little bit separated from the villa, because like everybody that's in that final four is still kind of in villa mentality, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're still like they haven't been reintegrated back into society yet. Everybody else been reintegrated back into society and has had enough time to be like, okay, what happened was crazy. Sincere did some crazy stuff, right? But I think I would have been like, okay, if it's like he was getting death threats, if people were harming him, but it's just like he got his TikTok deactivated. Like, come on.
But you know what, though, Autumn? I know this is fun what we do. It's a TV show. I think some people don't be realize. I like you get
some people definitely don't realize this.
Oh yeah,
because this damn TT and KC discourse is still going on.
What discourse?
Oh my God! Okay? So we'll get into some more. I'll tell you some more stuff. Okay. So, okay.
Hold on. I've known you for so long. I know what just happened. You're like, oh, this is bullshit. We got to go through this again.
Literally. The fact that you could tell that I was literally being like, oh, I got to say it. I'm talking about this. All right. But, okay. So, Trinity came out with a statement. Her and Bryce will be on the Today Show tomorrow morning. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow. Found out that Bryce is super connected in LA. Like, when I say super connected, as in went to the Elton John Oscar party this year.
Really?
And one of his friends posted that he was literally recruited for Love Island last season and said no. We know Carl was actually recruited last season and the season before that too. And he also is friends with like one of the biggest choreographers in like music and like Bryce is like weird connections, right? But that's not the discourse around Casey. So the discourse around Casey and Anaya, once again, is because Trinity came out with this statement. Certain people are like, well, people aren't coming out with a statement for KC. KC's getting a lot of backlash, a lot of hate, and it's like, okay, Trinity doesn't like KC. KC has done things that have made him the focal point of the backlash. He did not have to go on After Sun and say that Anaya was fragile and that he had to do so much and he had to constantly reassure her. All he had to do was shut up and just say, you know what, my Villa experience was what it is. I met TT. I'm happy. I'm great. He brought that backlash on himself.
Well, but again, it was that. It was he had 4 or 5 people going after him when he came back to the Villa with TT.
I'm not even talking about that.
That's what we see on TV, and I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt that maybe the things that didn't air, maybe he was an a-hole. I don't know. But
this is the other thing with it is that like people are like, well, why aren't they defending him? Y'all, they don't like they're defending Zach because Zach is their friend. Casey is not their friend. Casey is not someone that none of the girls follow him. Only the boys follow him. So like they don't have to come out and defend it, but they know Zach. Zach is their friend. They love Zach. Hey, again, they haven't seen anything with Zach, right?
Right.
But the other discourse that I saw, there's a creator, his name is Wadlin, and he does Love Island recaps, right? Double A, he had one of the worst takes I've ever seen on this show, and there have been a lot of bad takes. Now, look, I'm never, ever gonna tell you, don't defend someone, all right? You like who you like. You like some people, there are still people out there that are defend sincere, all right? Okay? He had the nerve to say that KC was the only Islander on the show with a real job.
What?
Yes.
What does he mean by that?
Because KC is a CNA and he wipes old people asses. That's why he thinks it's a real job. I'm like, Carl's a personal trainer. Kenzie's literally a nurse. Trinity worked at Home Depot. Melanie was a manager at a retail store. Anaya works in her family, in her family's foundation, but is literally still has a normal job. Bryce fixes garbage trucks. Zach's a financial executive.
That's a job.
like most of them have, like almost all of them outside of, I think, Jen is a model on the side.
Sean was a police officer.
Sean was literally a police officer.
He was a police officer.
Gall owns a coffee shop. Like, most of these people have real jobs. Like, what are you talking about?
Sean, that was the funniest thing from the first week. Sean was a local community police officer who left
and got fired. Yeah.
And retired to come on the show. And I think
Literally.
if Sean
didn't have a baby, he would have made it so far.
He would have gone the distance.
Look, the cop thing. Look, I'm gonna say the cop thing. The girls could have been like, "All right, whatever. You're a cop, whatever."
I think some of them liked that part.
It was the fresh 2-year-old that everybody was like, can't get with that. You can't make a bunch of 22-year-olds be a stepmom. Absolutely no. Especially ones that are on this show, they're not going to be stepmom. But it's just like discourse like that I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? So, yeah. Okay. So that happened. Gall went on Harry Jowsey's show, Boyfriend Material. He essentially explained like some of the ins and outs. He talks about how close he was with everybody. He explained that everybody agreed not to have sex in the villa, in the room together, even though I think several people broke that rule.
I saw that earlier. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure Trinity and Bryce, Dylan and Kenzie
Corbin
and Parmita,
almost every night,
Zach and Kada, all broke that rule.
Yeah.
But he said like all the Casa boys, when they went in, like they kind of said like, hey, we're not going to have sex in the room with each other. He did like some superlatives. He essentially talked a little bit about like him and Jen and how he understood why she's mad at him. And he even said something that I think is interesting. He was like, when Amora came to him and was like, she be dogging you in that dressing room. He said at first he was a little mad, but then he said he had to realize it. He was like, you got to think about this. There's no sense of anything in that house. There's no television. There's no books. You can't write anything. You just have to talk to each other, right? Yeah. So he's like, yeah, of course you're going to be dogging the shit out of somebody. That's all you have to do. That's the only way you can get your feelings out.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be like, all right, I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to scroll to like calm down.
In Autumn, for that reason, that's why, unless I absolutely have to, I'm not getting a roommate or anything like that, because I know, even for best of friends, I know in some way, shape, or form, you're gonna piss me off. just by existing. I can see that. I could definitely see that. Like, just that's crazy. I mean, man, yeah, but no. So DJing was not they didn't go all the way there.
DJing is French frying.
And French
That's
fries,
what French fries. That's what French fries is. French fries is DJing.
Yeah.
French fries is just the fingers.
Yes.
DJing is just the action.
Yes, they didn't go to this, but some did.
Yeah. Some did. I mean, we know Corbin and Permita did. They literally showed it.
Can we talk about her for? We may have to break. Can we talk about
Parmesan, Parmita, girl.
Because I'm guessing this is the one time. If I'm Corbin, I'm like, if I hear a woman say, "Hey, I reach out to celebrities and music artists and this, like, I'm known all over the city." I'm like, all right, I'm good. And I'm not even trying to like elevate. I'm not saying I'm a 10 or anything like that, but I'm just saying, I'm like, if I'm on a date and I hear a woman say like, "Yeah, I'm known all over the city. I do this, I do that," you're basically saying like, fall in line. I'm like, we both have standards and requirements. Like, I don't know. I don't like what I'm hearing from her post Villa at all.
No, okay, look, I don't even like her. I'm all about a woman's rights and wrongs, all right? I will defend her. I couldn't defend her in that moment. Because it just seemed like, now I know she went on an interview and was like, you just seen a small snippet of the conversation and that's not how it really happened. Girl, in what context are you saying I'm known in my city? I've dealt with rappers, athletes, actors. I can get whoever I want to. I, in the back of my mind, just think that she was just being like in the back of her mind, like Parmita is still very mad at Corbin that he ghosted her. Okay, she's very mad. Okay, she gives me. I'm so mad at because it like the way she moves is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I give them till after the reunion. I don't think they're gonna make it.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not gonna make it to the end of the year. And my thing is this: I know, men and women. I know, like, if you're known around the city, you're known around the city. Like you move and stuff. But the ones who are sure of themselves, you don't even have to say it. You just move. You just move the way that you are. And to me, it comes off like, oh, you're trying to be a high level celebrity. You're trying.
And then what made it even funnier?
Working.
Yeah, what made it even funnier is people who are from San Antonio, because that's where she lives. People who are from San Antonio was like, oh, we've asked around. We don't know who you are, girl.
Yeah.
So she's just delusional. But we do have to go to break, AA. When we come back, I will tell you why Carl is the funniest Islander. I'm going to give you part 1 because there's 2 parts. Tomorrow you'll get part 2. Today you'll get part 1. I will tell you why Carl is hilarious and why he is the funniest person on the show. And then we'll both give you our top 10 Islanders of the season.
My list is ready.
Top 10 of the season. We'll talk more. Honestly, this is, like I said, this is the slowest sports month, so you're gonna get a lot of content in here that's not sports related. Okay, but
we're doing our best. Okay, America,
yes.
Cleveland, we're doing our best. Okay,
we're doing.
I watched like an inning of the All-Star game tonight, Autumn.
You watched the Parker Messick inning?
No, I didn't see. No, I just watched the first inning. Just the first inning, and I'm watching. I'm like, Fox needs to get they need a new analyst. I can't listen to John Smoltz. Like, this is the All-Star game. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a celebration of baseball. And this guy is boring me to tears and stuff. It's like he doesn't sound like he wants to be there. I'm like, get somebody else in there. So, yeah, I turned it off.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But, yeah, we'll be right back from the break. You guys are watching Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network.
Hey guys, great show on Unfiltered today. Talked about a lot, including a possible sales tax that you may not vote for. You got to find out and listen to the show to figure out what's going on in Cuyahoga County. We also talked about the new leading cause of OD deaths here in the county. Man, it just seems like it's a constant hamster wheel of different things happening. Also, Facebook. Kind of been pretty shitty lately. We talk about that too at the beginning of the show. All that and more. Plus, hey, tomorrow, all the different news notes, anything you can imagine here locally in Northeast Ohio, we got it for you. Maybe LeBron finally makes a decision tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Nevertheless, you can find out right here on Unfiltered all along the Inside Edge Network. I will see you at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Daily Spiral. Jesus, double A, it's loud as hell.
Listen, hold up. Damn it, I'm not Eli, okay? I'm working.
I know you know how to fade. We all learned how to fade. God damn.
This is a new fade, okay? It's manual. You know what? You know what? This is what we're gonna do. Up, down. All right, it's faded out. We're done.
Oh my God. I was like, what is going on? I was like, this is a lot. That's why I looked down still. I was like, oh, it's still going. No.
I didn't know.
Jesus Christ.
No, the first time I ran, every station I've been to, the first time I've ran a board, you don't know how loud or quiet the music. So you come back and you're filling in and it's like, boom, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, trying to get back into the show.
All right. Let's talk about why Carl is the funniest Islander. So Carl's first of all, Carl's full name. I don't think y'all understand why he is funny. Carl's full name is Carl Witness Lee Schmidt.
That's a movie star. He's gonna do movies.
I'm gonna tell you why he's so funny. So I've been, of course, being super parasocial over the last couple of days, right? Very parasocial. I'm like, I need to see anything, right? Carl is funny because from the moment he stepped into that villa, he was obsessed with Anaya.
Yes.
From the moment he stepped in. And I started noticing that just a couple episodes. I was like, this man is truly obsessed. He is hilarious. So if you watch the Casa Amor episode, the girls' Casa Amor episode, not the boys, the girls' Casa Amor episode, Carl is in the background. He's not really prevalent, but when they all meet the girls, he introduces himself. All the girls are like, oh, okay, he's cute. The first person he hugs when he's introducing himself is Anaya.
Hell yeah.
It's not even just that. So then they kept doing montages throughout the entire show of them having a cookout. Every time you see Anaya, here's Carl. I'm like, what the hell? I was watching this because I'm like, what is going on? And then it was her and Trinity. They start to talk to all the Casa boys, and it was I think him, Dylan, and two other ones. And here he was again. He was right next to her. I'm like, what is going on? And then the way they shot it. So we know that Carl was not the first person to kiss her. It was actually Gall. Gall kissed her first because Gall immediately he said it when they were talking about Carl after the recoupling ceremony. I'm gonna get into that. But what we saw is that Carl picked her first. Carl, if you look at his face as they're about to kiss, has the biggest smile on his face I've ever seen a man have. I'm like, what the hell? He's talking to her when he gets back into the villa. He pulls her, of course, for the infamous chat and say less, and they kiss. But this is where it starts to get real funny. So I like to look at the videos of them when they're sleeping, because to me, somebody's sleeping patterns tells a lot about you. Anaya always looked comfortable as hell. She like, girl, I'm gonna get my sleep. I'm gonna get my 4 hours, whether you like it or not. But the second night they were sleeping together, I noticed there was a pillow over her head. I'm like, why is there a pillow over her head? Carl snores. He was snoring so loud that she had to put a pillow over her head. I said, what the hell? I said, oh, this is like
I as a snorer.
As a snorer myself, I understand.
That might be it. Is an Anaya, is she a light sleeper?
Yes, you can very much tell she's a light sleeper.
Here's the thing. I'm not. I can't speak on that. I can't speak on it on this end, but like maybe, I don't know. That's something she's gonna have to overcome.
So right after all the boys are talking, and he just makes it very clear. Like, and this is where I knew I was like, oh, this man's insane and he is hilarious.
Right.
So now she has a chance for something. I think that's that shit's over with. It's fucking crazy. Then it was on the interview portion of that, and they're like, okay, so would you get back and obviously do something, but the levels are up.
Yeah.
Okay. Get back to everybody in the
yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is where I was like, oh, this is where I started cracking up.
Right.
And to Soul Tide. So again, the most infamous, one of the most private. I'm a little nervous, get a little hurt as he's rubbing her leg.
Wait, say that. Mm-hmm.
So they're talking. Like, it's okay. Like, I understand how to follow your heart and everything. And she was like, if you would like to, he was like, yeah, I want to give this another hand. Well, my walls are up. You know, I'm a little hurt. And as he is saying this, he is rubbing her leg.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this? And then this is where I really had to laugh. Every time he brought Anaya or Amora breakfast, he would be like, oh, you look so good, Anaya. This you got looks great. Amora, he would be like, don't want you to go hungry. Like,
he was doing that. That was hilarious.
Hungry. Like,
he
I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh. When he later he's trying to gauge her reaction. He's like, go, huh? Like, he's trying to clearly be like, I hope she didn't say yes to trying to be with him again. And I was like, this is crazy. Carl is not he's insane. And then the last episode, because let's skip to the last episode, because this is where I was like, oh, I know he's crazy. He loved her so much. that, Carl? Like, what was the point of that?
No idea. No idea. Well, uh-oh. Autumn, I will tell you this. Mm-hmm.
I'm staring out and he's just like, oh,
well, you know what? Well, I was.
I'm so sorry.
Oh man. Well, you know what was crazy too? Like, just I don't know. One of our Wi-Fi's was cutting out during that whole thing just now. But no, Carl's that dude. You know what? I've gained more respect for Carl, like more. Just the way that he's been moving. I got to go back and watch his first episode because I have to imagine too. When Anaya picked KC, that broke his heart. That really broke his heart.
Somebody, and so like Carl, his mom, kids, said, my mom wants grandkids now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, Carl and I are going to.
Uh-oh. All right. Autumn, I hate to do this. Your Wi-Fi is cutting out on me. Like, you know what's happening? So it's like you're making a great point, and then it just pauses. And then like I can follow, and then it just stops. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you the photo. Hold up. I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing. I'll show it to you live. Look at this. Look at this. This is live television, folks. Look at this. Look at my text. Look at your phone. Now that could be me. It could be on my end. I don't know. But I heard that part. Let's go to break. I heard that part. We'll be back.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's
Yes,
who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Oh, hold up. I got to bring you back on stage.
Yeah, guys, that probably was me. I'm not even gonna lie. It probably was. Not even gonna lie. It was me. Let me continue my Carl glazing. I will continue glazing.
Yeah, you might have to go back to like probably the second episode when he was on the show. Your Wi-Fi was not very supportive of Carl.
No, it really wasn't. But no, okay. So let me read the comments that he's making under Instagram posts. He said his mom wants to produce a bunch of kids. He said, my mom wants those grandkids now. Somebody said he's trying to produce Sean because, you know, the whole joke is that him and Anaya will eventually produce Sean because Sean is half Asian, half Black. He said, yeah, a bunch of Seans and Corbins. Crazy because Corbin is Jablasian. Somebody talks about Anaya's say less fit. He said, my favorite fit. Boy, we knew.
That dress.
Somebody said, my vote mattered. He said, resurrected by your votes. And then somebody else said Carl's walls were paper thin. He said, made of toothpicks and marshmallows. Like I said.
He knows. He knows. But he had to lay down a foundation. He had to lay down a foundation. He did that. He did a good job.
Somebody put in the edit of Brandy and Pablo Montalban from Cinderella. He said, I just wish we could actually sing, though. Yeah, Jesus Christ, they could not sing. They could not sing. Loved them to death. Couldn't sing a lick. What else? When his mom, when they were talking about how he got kicked out of the villa, he said, my favorite part. And then somebody said, Carl Mama wants those Olympic babies. He said, a whole team of baby Corbins.
Those babies are going to be tall. They're going to be big. Those are going to be big babies if they keep going.
And then somebody was showing off their vote, and he said, y'all fucking ate. And then there was another edit about his walls, and he said, "What walls?" Like we said. And then he's a bit essentially. Oh, and then there was this one guy who made a video of himself running into the river in New York, saying that he was coming to Fiji, and then he said, "Hey, yo, that's my girl."
But I don't know if you picked it up in the last segment, but I was saying, like, man, his heart, he was really heartbroken when Anaya picked KC the first go around.
Mm-hmm.
He was really heartbroken.
The man cried. He literally cried at the thought of like her being hurt. And every single time he has to look at that footage of Casey hurting Anaya, he visibly gets emotional. Like every single time. I'm like, oh, just tear my heart out. But let's get to the list.
All right.
That we've been talking about all show. Double A. Who are your top 10 Islanders for season 8 of Love Island USA?
All right.
You give your list and then I'll give mine.
All right. I'll go from, should I go in reverse order or from top down?
Reverse order. Go 10-1.
All right. Number 10, Kenzie. She played the game. She explored almost all the way to the end. She played the game. Number 9, KC. Dude, he made an impact. He made a huge impact, but he did not make himself likable, in the villa. He just didn't. He should have been higher, but number 9 is probably fitting. Number 8, TT. Huge male audience, but never can, with the women watching, just couldn't happen. She did get along with the girls after night 1, and she had a very impactful night 1, but TT's at 8. Number 7, Melanie, and here's why I have her low. Okay. Because of all the stuff she went through, it never seemed to me like she really, she's happy with Sincere at the moment, but she never seemed like there was a good chunk of the season she didn't enjoy herself.
No, she really didn't.
She was going through it, and she's still going through it. So, and she didn't win the show. So, I have her down at 7. Kata's at 6.
It's because of Zach. It's strictly because of Zach. It has to be.
Yeah, again, she was consistent. She didn't do she never did anything that pissed me off at all. And she's cool. She's cool peoples. All right. I have Anaya number 5.
Okay. I just played some background music. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't be ambient. No. I'm not playing you off. I'm just playing background music.
I'm like, are we done? No.
No,
I have Anaya at 5. Because the people above her made some moves. Carl's at 4 for everything we kind of talked about. Coming in at Casa and making that much of an impact, staking a claim at what she wants to do, who he wants, getting the woman, not letting Anaya get away and locking that down. I got Carl at 4. Carl
and still exploring. And he apparently did explore outside of Anaya too.
He did do some exploring. And if Carl was an OG, he might have won the show.
If Carl was an OG, him and Bryce would have went on a generational Casa More crash out. That would have been some of the most entertaining television if him and Bryce would have both been absolutely miserable during Casa More.
All right, number 3. I'll give you 2 and 1 first. Number 1, Trinity. Number 2, Bryce.
Okay.
Number 3, Sincere.
What?
Here's why.
Wait a minute.
Hold up. Let me explain. Sincere went through all that BS, right? He did all he moved horribly. He still made it to the final. And he's still well liked in the villa by almost everybody in there. That is the ultimate surviving a reality show season Sincere did that and came from a terrible family. Sincere should be applauded for making it that far, getting his cake and eating the ice cream too. I have Sincere at number 3. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Did the Wi-Fi go out on you again? Wi-Fi might have went out on you again, Autumn. Oh man. Oh yeah, I think the Wi-Fi went out on you again.
Quick.
So you might have to restart the browser. We'll keep it live. You might have to restart the browser and go again. I don't know. You gotta love StreamYard technology.
Oh no. All right. Am I back?
Yes, I think you're good now.
We're good now? Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna punch StreamYard! Oh my god.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Hold on. Let me switch.
Oh man, this is great. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. This whole day has sucked. There's been a few good moments about today. A few good moments. I had a great interview. With a potential intern for the Inside Edge Network. We're gonna actually have an intern with us tomorrow, and we're doing some great things. And again, remember to like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net. We're not starting Midnight Run just yet because Autumn still has to give her list. She still has to give her top 10. Let me explain myself real quick before Autumn gets back, okay? The whole point of a reality TV show is to survive the season. That's the whole point, right? So I have Sincere at 3 because not only was he a mess as far as moving, but he's still friends with everybody. Sincere, as bad as he moved, he is still friends with everybody. There's a reason why Sincere made the final and Casey did not make the final.
Well, there's a reason. Okay. Let me give you my top 10 before I log off and you can get into your social media thing. You didn't see me do this to my camera.
No, I saw the end of it. I just saw the fist right here. That's all I saw. That's it. I didn't even see the whole wind up. I just saw this. You had like the SmackDown fist from back in the day. You was just doing this.
I've never been so mad. Look, StreamYard hates me. It hates me so much. But
actually, Autumn, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you want to save your list for tomorrow?
Yes, actually, yeah. Let's save my list for tomorrow because we're gonna have a lot to react to. So we'll probably get a lot of Villa content because they're all back in the States now. Everybody's back. Nobody's in Fiji. Everybody has touched down onto American soil. They're all on social media. Sincere need to open up them comments. What I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is that Sincere's biological father came out.
Wait, excuse me? Hold up. You're breaking news to me. Say that again.
So Sincere's biological father. So like I told you, the dad that we saw on the screen was his stepdad, right?
Yeah, he was the one BS is saying, yeah, we don't move like that. We don't move like.
Yeah, no. So Sincere's biological father posted, I'm gonna find the post real quick. because when I saw this man, I said, absolutely, this is why he's a demon. 100%.
And we're talking about Sincere, Rhea, D1 athlete, like a legit D1 athlete. Like
I said, Sincere's not stupid. He's just dumb. Okay? He's just dumb. He's not stupid. He's just dumb. This is Sincere's dad. Hold on. You can see it.
That's his dad? Is that a middle finger?
Yes. Hold on. I'm gonna save this photo and send it to the group chat. But
Lord.
Sincere's dad came out today, and I'm gonna share what he said. He said, and I quote, his name, first of all, his name is Frisco. Should tell you everything you should know about him. A man named Frisco named his child Sincere. Should tell you everything you know. He said, and I quote, now I have to step in. I'm Sincere's dad, his biological father. That was his stepdad on the show, and his mom is married to him since Sincere was young. Shout out to Ben for stepping up and making him one of his own. This is my take from what it is. Sincere has always been the prize. No disrespect, but last time I checked, you can't choose how your family acts or who is your family. Mm-hmm. As long as my son can grow and prosper from this opportunity, shouldn't you be happy for a 25-year-old? I had Sincere when I was 15 years old. Now
15?
I'm 40, and I'm watching my son on TV. Coming from where I came from and his mom, statistically, the chances of us being in this situation, well, you do the research and figure it out. I'm proud to be his dad. Hashtag Frisco Rhea. And his dad looks exactly like how I thought he would. Show the people how this man looks.
Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
And if you're thinking to yourself,
oh, that's a clear photo.
Yeah, that's what Sincere is going to look like in about 10 years, okay?
Oh, man. A kid at 15? Oh. I'm not saying that like it's revolutionary or anything like that, but...
Well, that makes sense why his name is Sincere. When he's...
Apparently he's an athlete, but... No, I feel bad. His whole family situation is that Melanie and Sincere, we didn't even know this. Like, we just scratched the surface during the show. Like, in terms of family foundation, this is one of the more toxic relationships I've ever seen.
The family is making it worse.
You cannot mix these families together. Like, this is bad. This is real bad.
Like, it's like when I say every single time Sincere's family comes out, the more and more they come out, the more I'm like, yeah, this is the reason why he's like this. This is the reason. His dad alone looking at him, I said, absolutely. When his uncle, his dad's brother came out and said he's he's moving real shady, just like his father, I said, oh, I already know his dad is crazy.
But that's, Sincere's a charmer. And it's just, he's a charmer, and it could work to a certain point. Do you think I'm not going to speak on this. This is really more you and Christy's territory. You think what Christy said the other day about Melanie, you think that was spot on?
I do. And then I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it because as someone that has dealt with the weight fluctuating, I do think Melanie has a sense of insecurity, and that's why she keeps going back to him. But I don't think it's more weight focused. I think it's more of like what she sees in her household focus. That's where I think of the insecurity comes in, of like how you allow people to treat you in your household and in your family is how you allow your relationships to go. Yeah. As someone that has had to learn and deconstruct that and sort of be single, force themselves to be single for a very long time because of that, I understand the need to want someone. And I think with Melanie and Sincere, their relationship is so bad and it's so toxic and it's just so draining. And it's not because this is like something she wants. It's something that she's learned from. Like she's learned this behavior from somewhere. Like her keep taking him back is not just random. She's learned to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when she's like I don't want to keep taking you back. I don't want to keep giving you chances. You're gonna keep giving him chances until, like I said, Melanie has to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. His family alone should tell you do not want to go down that road.
It should. And I think the hardest part with breaking up, and this goes beyond the show, this is real life. I think the hardest part of breaking up in any facet, there is the fear of being alone and being single. It's like, oh, everybody could tell you, like, oh, you shouldn't be with this man or this woman, like you shouldn't be together, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And it feels, from the outside, it feels great for us to say that. It feels great. Like, you shouldn't be with this dude. This dude's a loser, everything like that. But then once they break apart, all right, shoot, then what? I get the sense, even with Melanie in particular, it's just like everybody is trying to tell, like, and as the show has ended,
mm-hmm.
I know, like, during the show, I was saying, like, you know, why is the core four not encouraging Melanie to break it off with Sincere? And they're like, you know, try to make this work. And the big thing they kept bringing up, well, Melanie is happy. As unstable as this is, she is happy. I mean, we don't know what it's going to be like now that they're done with the show, but, like, in the moment, she is happy. How would that make us look if we break them apart when she's happy, even though this is very unstable? Am I making any sense?
No, you really are. So I'm just gonna say this about Melanie and Sincere, and especially, like, I think Villa. This is gonna be the last point before we switch over to your crack show. I think the Villa psychosis is a real thing. I really do. I think being in that villa where, again, you have no sense of time, you're hungry because you're not being fed, you're sleep deprived because you're only getting 4 hours of sleep. You don't know if it's the middle of the day or it's the middle of the morning. You don't know what date it is. You don't have a phone, and the phone you do have is controlled by producers. You have to get ready twice a day. You are like, you're just kind of in a headspace where you don't know what's going on. Them constantly making, like, exceptions and being like, well, this person's my friend. Well, you guys, they're in villa psychosis. Until they're out, they don't see anything. So right now, yeah, they're like, Melanie's happy, but that's because they were in the villa. They were in the villa. What was Melanie gonna do? She had nobody else. And
even this week being out, they need to be deprogrammed. And they're not going to be deprogrammed really this week because of all the promos and all the commercials and interviews they have to do. They're really not going to be deprogrammed until after the reunion, to be honest.
For real. Like, and actually, not even after the reunion, it takes them a very long time. I think certain people from season 7, it took them up until the beginning of season 8 to really sort of be like, I'm out of villa mode. Especially because if you're going to hang out with each other, if you're going to continuously hang out with each other and live near each other and interact, you can't really separate yourself out of that mode. So I think because Sincere lives in New Jersey, Melanie lives in California, that will definitely help. But yeah, they're all still in villa psychosis. And when you're in the villa, like, you're making exceptions to things that don't make sense. That's why they still want to be friends with Zach, because it makes sense to them. He was their friend. They saw him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, and then with Sincere, same thing happened. When they saw Sincere's movie night, I promise you, y'all, they were just as shocked as we were. I forgot how bad it was. But even then, he still was able to charm them, because it's like, but what are we going to do? No, for real. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Like, really?
I know.
That's how it is. Like, what are we going to do? And, like, even, it's not like the producers were going to bring another bombshell in. They couldn't.
Yeah.
They used up all the people.
Yeah, they kind of stacked it up. All right, Autumn, tomorrow.
I'm
going to switch over here, but tomorrow.
Yeah,
I need new shows to watch.
Oh yes,
I need new shows. I need preferably something that either very recently aired or something that is airing right now or is coming up.
Okay, so do you want reality or do you want regular?
Reality. I am so locked in now on trash reality TV. Hit me. Give me a day. Hit me with a list tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow for a Daily Spiral, we switched over to the Midnight Run studio, but we're still at the tail end of Daily Spiral. So tomorrow, I will give Double A list of trashy reality TV shows he has to watch. And regular, because I watch both. Because you have to stay informed. We're going to talk about Bryce and Trinity's interview that they've done on the Today Show. I'm very curious to see how that goes because that means press for the show is starting. I'm going to give you my 10 Islanders, my top 10 of the season, and also Double A. I think we should give our top 5 moments of the season as well.
Top 5 moments. Okay, I got you. Top 5 moments. Now, take under consideration for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably not going to renew Peacock. The way the schedule is going to maneuver here, I could take a month off from Peacock and then fire it back up for the reunion. So this next month, I'm going to probably subscribe to Apple TV.
Some of these trash reality TV shows are on Peacock, so you're going to probably have to get the Apple TV Peacock bundle.
All right, you're going to have to talk me into it because I really want to watch. I watched Your Friends and Neighbors when I was in Chicago, and I really liked that show, and I want to finish. I think I'm near the tail end of season 1. I want to finish season 1, and I want to obviously get through season 2. And I have a window here between the end of Love Island and the reunion, but you could talk me into watching more Peacock. I will listen.
I got you. I got a specific list for you with specific seasons. I got you. You will, when I say you will enjoy what I put down, and when your brain chemistry will be altered, and your brain chemistry will forever be like, why have I not been watching this? I promise you. I promise you.
Okay. We'll do it. We'll get it done. Autumn, it's time for you to go to bed. Okay.
Yes, my dog is really mad at me. But yes, I will see you guys tomorrow. Double A. Well, I will see you on Primetime with Chad. Daily Spiral with Double A. Good night, everyone. Sorry about my Wi-Fi again.
Hey, we made it to the finish line. But the Wi-Fi didn't want you to be great with Carl. I'll just say that.
They really didn't.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Key On Sports is the leader in Ohio high school athletic coverage in written, print, and video streaming. From the latest news and results and written content to the high school football game of the week every Friday, Key On Sports has you covered. The vision of 15-time published author Vince McKee has become the most trusted site in Ohio high school athletic news. From podcasts to player profiles, Key On Sports is your one-stop for all of it. Visit them today at keyonsports.com or on YouTube at Key On Sports. Check out their socials on Twitter and Facebook as well.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at SportsMemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the SportsMemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to SportsMemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. SportsMemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
This is Midnight Run on the Inside Edge Network. Here's your host, Anthony Alford.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network, live in a living color. We are on YouTube. We are on the Twitter or X, and we're across the board at Inside Edge Net across our social media platforms, on Roku at our Inside Edge Network Roku app, and also InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's where you can find us as well. My name's Anthony Alford. Great to have you with us again. My producer, host of Inside Edge Primetime, Eli Moon, is on vacation this week, getting some well-deserved rest. He is preparing for a big week coming up next week, which will be booked in by his concert music festival birthday celebration known as Moon Bash, coming up on Saturday, July 25th, from the Brothers Lounge, west side of Cleveland, West 117th in Detroit, right in that area, right on the border of Cleveland and Lakewood. So can't wait for that. We got some details about Moon Bash coming up, which he will share when he's back here on the network next week. But we are happy to have you with us. We have a ton of things to get to. We'll get to the Facebook. If you watched Unfiltered earlier today with Kyle Cordell, he got into my situation with Facebook, and it's a mess. But we'll talk about that coming up a little bit later on in the show. I want to start with something that I did not get to last week because I was off, and it was Donovan Mitchell. He a week ago signed a 4-year, $273 million max contract extension with the Cavaliers. The deal, this is according to ESPN, the deal the deal guarantees $273 million. It includes a full trade kicker and a player option worth roughly $76 million for the 2030 through the 2031 season. So basically, Donovan Mitchell is locked in through the age of 34. Now, multiple things can be true here. I'm going to get to the LeBron aspect of this here shortly. Multiple things can be true. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell is a huge community leader. Listen, I got to shut up. From this standpoint, I thought the moment that Donovan Mitchell landed here in Cleveland, I was on guard. I'm like, he's going to New York City. He's only making Cleveland a pit stop before he heads to the Knicks or even Brooklyn. But his home, he the Knicks, the Mets jersey and everything like that. So I have to apologize for that because I thought he was on his way out the door right then and there. But obviously, 4-year max deal. From the financial benefits of the Cavs, it's better that he signed the max deal right now as opposed to a year from now. The great news, you don't have to wonder where your star is going to be. You don't have to wonder. So he's here. I applaud him for being here. I hope that he can take care of his body a little bit more. And that's the area that I kind of fear is when we get to April, we get to May. If he doesn't have, if he feels like he has to carry the load, I don't want a situation where I have to wonder where Donovan Mitchell is for certain games because his body's not holding up. And then we're not getting answers because the Cavs don't share with us. The Cavs are very mysterious when it comes to injury news. I'm not talking surface level injury news. I'm talking about like day to day. Oh, why is Donovan Mitchell limping? Oh, why is Darius Garland? Why is Darius Garland somebody who we thought was a day to day injury? He's still dealing with a toe injury, and it's been over a year. Obviously, it's a Clippers problem now, but he would be a Cavalier if it was strictly a day to day injury during the Miami Heat playoff series a year ago. But all kidding, with Donovan Mitchell, I am happy. He's a good dude. He's a great leader. He's somebody who you want in a locker room, in any locker room. You want Donovan Mitchell there. But this does solidify the Cavaliers as the Cleveland Guardians of basketball. A team that's always going to be good enough to be near the top of the standings, win games, make the fans proud of having them as a team, and then have a shot at an NBA Finals but fall short, and then we have to run it back. That's what this is. I still stand by that. I don't believe Donovan Mitchell as your top player can get you over the hump. I don't buy it. Again, and people got on my case. People got on my case yesterday. People got on my case yesterday because I said Deshaun Watson was going to start for the Cleveland Browns. I don't want my job here on this network and on this show. I forecast. I'm like a meteorologist. Your weatherman or weatherwoman, your meteorologist, they don't go on the air and say, boy, I hope it rains today. Unless it's like a 21-day drought and your yard needs water. But they don't go out and say, man, I hope we get 6 inches of snow today. It's their job to forecast what's going to happen. And it's my job, hell, there are times I don't even like the commentary. I don't want Deshaun to see 2 seconds of the field. But we know how much the Browns invested into Deshaun Watson, and they're going to give it one last go-around. Deshaun Watson's body will break down because he has issues with his shoulders, and I think Shedeur Sanders will be finishing the season for the Cleveland Browns. I think as early as week 4. I think the Thursday football game against Pittsburgh, that's where it will go. So, back to Donovan Mitchell. Can Donovan Mitchell's body hold up? I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I don't see evidence that it is going to hold up. I just don't see it. I think even though Donovan Mitchell, it's going to be 30 when the season starts, his body, I still question why James Harden had more playoff minutes. James Harden is near retirement, but James Harden had more playoff minutes than Donovan Mitchell in the Eastern Conference Finals and throughout the playoffs. I question things like that. So I know the deal happened last week. I didn't get an opportunity to really react to it. I got Bleacher Report saying here, there was a general manager, an anonymous general manager on the Hoop Collective podcast that essentially said that this was an overpay. And it could be, and it could be that. We got to remember too, the new TV deal is obviously here right now. We just completed year 1 of the 11-year television deal with the NBA, with ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Amazon Prime. So there is new money to be made here. But yes, it is nice that Donovan Mitchell is on the roster. It is. As this hopefully he takes care of himself. Now, the narrative that I don't like, what I've been hearing, and it's kind of, it goes back to what we talked about yesterday. This idea that LeBron coming here to Cleveland, this idea that he would only be coming back here for legacy, for a storybook ending, and that would be secondary to winning a title. This idea that going to Philadelphia means he's going for a ring. But coming here, he's not in position. Like, it's coming off like I got Amon Shumpert talking about if he wants a ring, go to Philadelphia. If he wants like a storybook ending, go to Cleveland. Wasn't Cleveland just in the Eastern Conference Finals? I don't know, a couple months ago? I don't know weren't we just doing Cavalier post-game shows every other day during the month of May? Like, we had stuff going on internally with the network. We couldn't get to it because every other night we were doing post-game shows for the Cavs. So, and I'm like, wait a minute. Is Philadelphia really a surefire destination for a championship? Are they that much ahead of Cleveland? I don't know. I know I just did a whole monologue about Donovan Mitchell. At least I could trust that Donovan Mitchell will get through the regular season, and at least he will, whether he's hurt or not, he will at least dress and at least perform, at least in some way, shape, or form during the playoffs. Do you trust that Joel Embiid will be there? Do you trust that Embiid will be healthy to run this thing? Do you trust that Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid can actually get along? After Jaylen Brown went on Twitch and said that Embiid was the biggest flopper of the NBA. Do you think LeBron is going to get along with someone who he doesn't have a close relationship with as much as he does with like Draymond Green? When things go wrong, you think he's going to be cool with Jaylen Brown going on social media and doing a talk show while things are happening? You think he'd be cool with that? I don't know about you guys. This whole narrative that Philadelphia is a surefire destination for a championship is absolutely bogus. And if you're putting money down on that, expect to lose your house. Just expect to lose your house. This whole notion that Philly is way ahead of Cleveland, they're not even way ahead. I could argue, and I'll say this wearing this. I could argue that the Cavaliers have just as much of a chance, if not more, to get to the finals with LeBron James than Philly. And that's just on the court stuff. That's just on the floor. We're not even talking about off the floor. Matter of fact, let me play this for you. This is from WIP out in Philadelphia. Spike Eystein, the host there. He used to actually be the program director of WFAN out of New York City. He had this to say if LeBron James came to Philadelphia.
I'm hoping, LeBron, if you're listening, if you're thinking about Philadelphia at all, and you're thinking you're going to get some heroes welcome, I want you to know that there is one person who has a very loud voice that is not giving you a hero's welcome. That is, you don't think, you're like, I'm LeBron. Nobody holds me accountable. Right. Everybody in the media kisses my ass. I'm LeBron. No, not here, bro. Not here, pal. Not here. You try to trade our young guys to get one of your old friends. You want the team to draft Shabazz Napier and then you leave. You want Russell Westbrook, whatever nonsense you want here. I'm calling you out. So understand, you are not getting a free ride if you come here.
Well, that's for sure.
No.
No one here gets a free ride.
No, absolutely not.
Now, that's courtesy of WIP out in Philadelphia. Now, I ain't going to hold you. I would have said exactly the same thing. I'm not going to hold you. Obviously, LeBron knows what he wants. They're making decisions. And you got Fanatics Fest in New York City this upcoming weekend. He will be making podcast appearances. I believe on Thursday he's making a podcast appearance. Thursday could be a big day. But no, LeBron is just vibing. But he at least knows that Donovan Mitchell's here. I do believe, I've seen reports that LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, and even James Harden, whether he has a future here or not, reports are those three have been working together to possibly see what a Cavs team will look like potentially with those three. So the seeds are there. It's there. You know, we talked about this yesterday. National media, they don't want LeBron here in Cleveland because from a storyline standpoint, it ain't really there, right? LeBron is not necessarily saving Cleveland because LeBron gave little old Cleveland, Ohio, their little old title back in 2016. You got your title. You don't need another one. They much prefer going to Miami. Or going to Golden State. The whole AAU thing that Autumn and Chad talked about earlier. This is a whole AAU culture. They much prefer that. But the narrative now, Cleveland doesn't give you the best opportunity to win a championship, but somehow Philly does. You want to talk about personalities that may or may not mix, or the basketball fit may not mix here in Cleveland? The personality fits are not there in Philadelphia. No. The other report too, rumors. I'm just hitting this. I know some of this was news last week. Brandon Weems, who is in the front office here in Cleveland for the Cavaliers, LeBron, one of LeBron's best friends from St. Vincent, St. Mary. The rumor is if LeBron comes here to Cleveland, Brandon Weems will be named general manager of the Cavaliers. Remember, there is a open general manager position because Mike Gansey, who was the general manager, he is now with the Philadelphia 76ers. Kobe Altman, of course, the president of basketball operations with the Cavs. So we shall see what they decide to do, but I do find it interesting, the big piece. Donovan Mitchell, no matter how we feel about him as a player and whether or not his body can hold up or not, he will be here. You're not going into next season, and I thank Donovan Mitchell for getting this done, and the Cavaliers. We don't have to worry next season about, is he going to sign the extension, or should we have to trade? Do we have to trade him? You got it done. You got it done. 4 years is enough time, where if the expectations, we should have a championship within those 4 years. Now, if we don't have a championship within those 4 years, different story. Speaking of championships, I want to transition when we come back from break to football, because Lamar Jackson last year in the NFL Top 100, he was number 2 on the list. This year, he's ranked number 69 on the list. So my question, this is more of a broad question here. Who is under more pressure to win a Super Bowl by the time their career is done? Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen? We'll talk about that. Plus, we got some other personal things I'm going to get into as well next segment. All that coming up next. This is Midnight Run here on the Inside Edge Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MonsterMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
All right, so I have to bring this up here. Anthony Alfred back here with you, Midnight Run, here on the Inside Edge Network. So I want to thank Chad Bryan and TK Dandridge of Illegal Formation, because after Monday's show, and you can catch their show Monday night, 7 to 8 o'clock, right here on the Inside Edge Network. They do a great job. They've been breaking down divisional previews. They got a couple more. They got a couple more to go, or one to go, and then the AFC North after. And then we're in the training camp. But Chad snuck in a comment and just got my mind just moving. I don't think he definitively meant to say this, but there are questions. If Josh Allen does not win a Super Bowl by the conclusion of his career, that he would have not lived up to expectations. Maybe a failure is a strong word, very strong, unfair word to use, but not living up to expectations, certainly, right? Certainly. And I think Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are kind of in the same category, although different sides of the spectrum, right? So ESPN had a top 10 list, top 10 NFL quarterback list, executives, things like that. Josh Allen's at the very top of that list. Our own Kyle Cornell, he had a list. Josh Allen's near the top of that. Lamar Jackson is not on certain people's top 10 list. Lamar Jackson, last year on the NFL's top 100 list, was the number 2 best player on the NFL's top 100. This year, he is ranked number 69. Pretty damning, considering that Lamar Jackson, year in and year out, is an MVP candidate. Considering that Lamar Jackson is one of the more dangerous athletes to compete against. Pretty dangerous stuff, but so is Josh Allen. So my question, who's under more pressure to win the Super Bowl at some point in their career? Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? And to me, I think the clear answer is Josh Allen. And here's the crazy thing. Both of these guys have new head coaches now. Both of these guys have new head coaches. Both of these guys can obviously, the foundation of their game, they can utilize their legs, they can run the ball, but they're trusted passers. But what you are finding, two things are going to happen. In the next 3, 4, 5 years, the ability to just run is going to decrease because the athletes are getting older. 5 years from now, these two will be 34 years old. So it's going to decrease. Defenses are exposing the limitations for both of these guys as passers. Lamar Jackson's interesting. We have an up-close look at Lamar Jackson because he's in our division. So we play him twice a year. I always find it funny that the Browns, even though they trot out bad teams every single year, remember they had the Jim Schwartz defense, was top ranked. We always perform very well against Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson as a passer is always looking to either go deep or dump off. So you're talking bubble screens, you're talking flats, things like that, or he's going deep. Lamar Jackson struggles if you defend him correctly. Lamar Jackson struggles as a passer in the intermediate throws, intermediate pass routes. You're not going to get Lamar Jackson to throw, complete, 5, 10, 15-yard passes down the field. It's either something near the line of scrimmage or within 5 yards or something deep. What the Browns typically do and what they've done under Jim Schwartz, don't give up anything deep. Do not give up anything deep. That's what they typically do. Don't give up anything deep. So if you do that, the Browns, for years, we have Myles Garrett and others. Our front seven will take care of business up front. We lock down the run game. We take away Lamar Jackson's running lanes. We take away the deep threat. What does Lamar have left? If you notice with Lamar Jackson, anytime he loses a big game, Kansas City, Buffalo, look at what they do. That game plan right there. You need a great front seven to take away the running lanes and then take away the deep ball. Lamar Jackson does not react well when he only has the intermediate passing routes to depend on. His releases when he passes the ball is too fast. So the plays, you got to be quick, but the routes need to develop as well. And Lamar doesn't allow it to happen. He's moving too fast. Again, new head coach, new coaching system. So we'll see how it's handled, how he can develop. But I do give Lamar Jackson a lot of credit for revolutionizing the game and things like that. But him dropping the 69 in the rankings, it's almost like Lamar Jackson's flying under the radar. Josh Allen has it all. I can't think of a play. Peyton Manning is probably the last player in the NFL that has all the tools and can't even appear in a freaking Super Bowl. And they finally switched out Sean McDermott. Joe Brady, it's all on you. You are the Phil Jackson to your Michael Jordan. You are to unlock Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Now, TK is right about something, again, from a legal formation. DJ Moore is going to be a question, but he is the undisputed number one receiver. And I would like for Buffalo to throw the ball a little bit more. You don't have to run all the time. You don't have to be ground and pound. Now, if you're a fantasy football owner of James Cook, you ain't trying to hear that. James Cook is probably going to be one of the top draft picks in fantasy football this year. But, you'll have to wait and see. But Josh Allen cannot go another, more seasons without winning the championship. He's getting passed by right now. Think about the new names. Bo Nix, now in the playoffs. Obviously, Drake May. You got these guys. And by the way, I know I teased it like a couple weeks ago. I haven't done it yet. We will do it. Play new 7 up, 7 out. 7 new playoff teams, 7 out. Listen, don't be surprised if Houston comes to town. I know they had a bad exit last year in the playoffs on the road. CJ Stroud didn't look good, but his wideout's going to be healthy. Let's see about Tank Dell. If Tank Dell is healthy for the Houston Texans, I think that's a game changer, especially in the second half of the season. That's a game changer if Tank Dell's healthy. So that's something to keep in mind. And the AFC is going to keep going. And here is the other thing. 2027, you're going to have a ton of brand new quarterbacks entering the fold. You got to get a move on. Joe Brady, God bless you. You're only there for one reason. Bring that Super Bowl title to Buffalo. Bring it to Western New York. They got a new stadium. You got to bring it home. If you fail to bring it home, you failed at your job. They wanted to keep Sean McDermott. They had peace with Sean McDermott. But it just didn't happen. So Joe Brady, good luck Good luck with that. All right. I got to share this with you guys real quick. So earlier today, I opened up Facebook, opened up my personal account, and it wouldn't open. And when I finally opened it, it went to your page has been, your page is suspended. You have 180 days to appeal. You have violated terms and conditions. Now I'm sitting here, I'm like, how have I violated terms and conditions? They don't have an answer. They don't have a response. They have no idea how I violated terms and conditions. So I appeal, and then they said, oh, you can't advertise on this page. Again, when did I advertise on the page? We don't have proof. They're going to look into it. And I did not realize the countless stories of people who have lost their Facebook accounts out of the blue for whatever reason, and it's meta accounts. Now, I'm going to be honest. On a surface level, we need to depend less on social media anyway. Okay, cool. I understand that. And as the day went on, because this happened earlier this morning, as the day went on, I was thinking to myself, okay, I can go through a day without Facebook. Maybe I can go through straight up without Facebook and just handle business. Social media has become a crutch. It's amazing. Let's see, it's July 15th, 2026. July 15th, 2006, I started my MySpace page, and we were on MySpace for 30 minutes a day. And all we were doing is customizing the pages and doing this and doing that, whatever. And that was it. But here's why, I'm thinking about this because, again, my grandma passed away last week. And then several years before that, my father passed. Like 9 years ago, my dad passed away. And I had these conversations with my mom and with family and things like, and my brother. What was great about my grandma's celebration of life ceremony, and again, shout out to Harvard Missionary Baptist Church on East 93rd in Cleveland. They did a great job. Great job. That was her church. Did a great job. There were a ton of pictures. And part of that, a lot of it were physical pictures. My mom and my dad, they always kept a physical scrapbook with physical pictures. So they never go away as long as you don't lose the book. They never go away. Boom, your pictures are there. It's set. It's family memories. Every picture takes you back to a time. We always think back how life was at the time, what music we was listening to at that time, things like that. It takes you back to a time. We are so dependent on social media that we don't even realize every picture we put up, every status that we put up, every friend that we connect with on these social media platforms. When a company like Facebook, which is now dependent a lot on AI to detect certain things very vaguely, if they come to you and say your page is gone, it's gone. That's it. Finished. Wiped out. And that part sucks. And it's without a trace. It's without warning. It's just gone. Because you could have an account. I've seen people who had accounts for 17, 18, 20 years. And they wake up one morning and their page is gone. It's not even about the social media part of it, right? Let me get on my phone, social media. It's not even about that. It's, for me, the fact that if this page, I have it on appeals, it's going through the appeals process. But if it doesn't get appealed, all right, say I start a new account. I can't add my grandma as a friend because she's gone. And 9 years ago, when this happened, for a different reason, I lost my page suddenly 2 weeks after my father passed. And for the last decade, I could not add my dad as a friend on social media because he had already passed. And I get it. It's social media. It is what it is. And we handle it as such. And again, sometimes we're too much dependent on social media. But that shit hurts. That hurts. To not be able to add your loved ones because they've already passed on. Without a trace, without a warning. I have high school photos and early college photos that are in the cloud that'll never see the light of day because it's gone. Because the first Facebook account was taken away. And that was the only place I took the photos. And it's gone. I have no early college photos, unless I have friends who has photos. But none. I have none of that. No high school photos other than graduation because I have family who took it. And again, we're so dependent on some of these other pages. What happens is social media and the stories I've been hearing is like, well, what happens if they connect with your Instagram because they're owned by the same company and they just take that away? I think the moral of the story is that we have to talk to people face to face more. I will freely admit I am terrible with keeping up with family. Terrible. I'm not talking immediate family. I'm talking extended family. I am terrible with keeping up with extended family. We get so wrapped up in day-to-day work, life, and business, and things of sort, all of this. We get so wrapped up into this, and I apologize, because typically I don't go this deep, this heavy, this late at night. I don't want to hit this with you guys, but we're together. This is our time. This is our time to discuss this. Sometimes we get so wrapped up. I remember I graduated from Maple in 2010, and I was at BG for 5 years. I worked at Cedar Point for 5 summers, kind of offsetting there, I think from 2012 to 2016. And then I was knee deep into broadcasting. You get so locked in, you get so focused into stuff, as you should, but then you lose track of actually calling people, actually meeting with people face to face. And, as long as we have Facebook, they're there. But what are we actually doing to actually keep up with our loved ones? So it's a smack in the face of, and again, I don't know. And honestly, if I had to run a bet, I don't think I'm getting my Facebook account back. I don't think it's going to happen because of some vague reason. And legally, I might challenge just because, and legally it's going to be a challenge because there you have to prove, like in a small claims court, you have to prove that there was damages and things like that. But there was damage to my heart. There is damage to my heart. Because I can't look back at previous messages that I've had with grandma. I can't look back at previous messages I had with my dad. It's the same with, so that's what it is. We're so dependent on social media. It's another lesson that it could all be taken away. Just like that. You could have your entire life share the meme of the day, the word of the day, the tweet of the day, picture of the day, relationship status, and things like that. And some AI bot can come along and take it all away just like that. And that's what happened with me. That's what happened to me. Innocent, I believe I'm innocent bystander to things like that, but taken away. So, again, we may have clips on our Facebook page from this show and stuff, but we're no longer doing live shows on Facebook. Amazingly, again, most of our audience, our live audience, comes from X, comes from Twitter, also from YouTube. We're going to test out something with TikTok, hopefully starting tomorrow. So it's pretty sad, though, because in my life, I've lost my Facebook account twice. 2 weeks after my father passed, 9 years ago, and now a week after my grandma passed. And again, even if I get a new page, I cannot re-add them as a friend. It'll say, request. And again, it won't be the same if somebody jumps into the account. It's not the same. They're not here. So it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate, but it's just the truth of what could happen. All right, last thing here for you. We're gonna get into. Actually, yeah, we could do it here. We're gonna talk about Taco Bell tomorrow. So, Taco Bell's in the news. Everybody's in the news because of what's going on with lettuce and explosive diarrhea. Take a look at this. This is from Good Morning America, ABC News.
Surging in Michigan, surging here in New York. Yep. What is behind this sudden increase?
Probably a variety of factors, Michael. When you look at the evidence, one factor is that this is likely being shipped from an area that's endemic with this parasite. The warmer temperatures allow it to survive on that transport, and that lands on our dinner tables. Right now, Michigan, as you said, their numbers are 50 times their annual typical rate, and they've conducted over 1,000 interviews. But you can imagine the incubation period for this infection is about 2 weeks. That can make these interviews very difficult because remembering what you had for dinner or breakfast or even lunch the day before is difficult, let alone the week before.
Walk through the symptoms and how this is different from other stomach illnesses.
Yeah, this is what I'm listening to in the emergency room when patients are talking about their symptoms. I'm deciphering between typical food poisoning and this specific parasitic infection. So with typical food poisoning, first of all, it can be contagious from person to person. This parasitic infection is not contagious from person to person. Often it is quick in terms of when it comes. You know what you ate when you get food poisoning, and it's relatively quick in terms of how it resolves, and it typically gets better with hydration and rest. As opposed to this parasitic infection, sometimes it can take 2 weeks, as I said, for symptoms to develop. It is not contagious. It can sometimes be relapsing. Patients will be there one day and come back the next day, and it typically requires antibiotics.
And so what can people be doing to, limit their risk of exposure?
Public health officials are saying, number one, basic precautions are important. Washing our hands before eating, just necessary for reducing foodborne illness. You can wash your fruit and your vegetables. You should, including pre-washed, pre-bagged lettuce, because the evidence from Michigan State points to lettuce, although we don't know yet with the producer, the supplier, or the grower. And if you cook your food up to 158 degrees Fahrenheit, that can kill the parasite. So you might want to change your recipes or your ingredients to help reduce your risk overall.
I'm sure ERs are really packed right now.
Yeah, and this is a common complaint, so we're trying to decipher between the two often.
Well, you always do, Dr. Sutton. Thank you.
Are you kidding me? Can't eat lettuce. The one green thing that doesn't even mean anything, right? Oh, you're eating vegetables. What are you eating? Lettuce. So you're eating water. And it's causing all these issues. My goodness. Now, the worst thing out of all this, we got the report from Washington Post. We got the report from TMZ. Taco Bell is under investigation over this parasite outbreak, this explosive diarrhea outbreak. And all I'll say, now it's explosive in 2026. I'm just saying. I'm like, what are we doing? I mean, in fairness, Taco Bell's taking away lettuce and tomato and onions and a couple other things too. So it's just, you go to Taco Bell, you're just there to get meaty meat. You're just there to get beef or whatever, and that's it. And, but that's unfortunate. Oh man, that's nasty. It's like we can't. What can we do? What can we eat? Well, if you eat this, you're gonna get fat. Or if you eat that, you're gonna get this. So, but if you have healthy stuff, now you're gonna get sick. I don't know. That's weird to me. We're gonna go a little bit in overtime. We're gonna take a quick break. We got smash or pass when we come back.
Hey guys, great show on Unfiltered today. Talked about a lot, including a possible sales tax that you may not vote for. You got to find out and listen to the show to figure out what's going on in Cuyahoga County. We also talked about the new leading cause of OD deaths here in the county. Man, it just seems like it's a constant hamster wheel of different things happening. Also, Facebook. Kind of been pretty shitty lately. We talk about that too at the beginning of the show. All that and more. Plus, hey, tomorrow, all the different news notes, anything you can imagine here locally in Northeast Ohio, we got it for you. Maybe LeBron finally makes a decision tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Nevertheless, you can find out right here on Unfiltered, all along the Inside Edge Network. I will see you at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Hey, it's Autumn Chisholm here from the Daily Spiral, and you guys are going to be joining me all week. We're going to have a kind of a funky show. Double A Anthony Alford will be joining me all week instead of Chad and Eli. Eli will be on vacation, but this week we are going to get into everything. We are going to get into the MLB All-Star break, the slowest week in sports, the Love Island USA fallout, and much more. And then on Thursday night, you're going to join me solo, and hopefully, LeBron James will have picked a team by then, so I don't have to talk about him. But you are going to watch the Daily Spiral here on Inside Edge Network every night, Monday through Friday, from 11 to 12 p.m.
Discover our collection of body mists made with clean, minimal ingredients. Handcrafted with natural essential oils and clean ingredients, they offer a natural alternative to synthetic fragrances. Perfect for sensitive skin and those seeking clean, mindful self-care, and the perfect gift for you or your special someone. Courtesy of Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers, use that promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Hey, I'm Chad Bryan. Catch Inside Edge Primetime weeknights at 10 p.m. here on the Inside Edge Network.
And we thank you for your support of the Inside Edge Network. And don't miss my show, Midnight Run, right here on the Inside Edge Network. You won't miss a single episode when you like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net. Oh, you got to love it. All right. Before we go, smash or pass. If you joined us earlier during the Daily Spiral, we kind of gave it away, but our new audience, this one's something in the morning. How do y'all feel about Skyline Chili? How do you feel? It's a very controversial restaurant, let's just say. Obviously based out of Cincinnati. We had a couple of locations here in Northeast Ohio. One location was in Brooklyn on Ridge Road, but they closed. I think they closed. So if you really want Skyline Chili, I think you have to hit the road and head on down to at least to Columbus. I think you got to at least go to Columbus. But obviously, my ex-fiance and I, we went to the original location in Cincinnati. It was an interesting time. They got chili 5 ways and chili dogs, but like they have like their cinnamon. It's an interesting taste. So in today's edition of Smash or Pass, we take a look at Skyline Chili.
I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, trying Skyline Chili for the first time. Here it is in all its glory. It looks iconic, for better or worse. This is the 5-way: spaghetti, chili, a mountain of cheese, onions, beans, and this is the cheese coney. Allegedly, under the cheese and chili and mustard and onions, there is a hot dog. I took a lactate pill, but I think I'm going to need some prayers more than anything, to be honest. And I have oyster crackers, I have hot sauce. I don't know exactly what the protocol is. I do know that the twirl method is highly, highly frowned upon, and that you have to cut it like a pie. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that with this overflowing bowl, but whatever. And as far as adding the oyster crackers from hot sauce, seems unnecessary, but we're way past the point of what's reasonable. Cincinnati is a lawless town. Damn it, I like it. Their chili is a sweeter chili. You can definitely taste the cinnamon and the warm spices. This cut method is ridiculous. Such an urge to twirl the spaghetti. I don't want to piss off the Cincinnatians. I like it way more than I thought I was going to. The spaghetti is seriously overcooked. It's like mush, but the chili is pretty good. This method is crazy.
How's your lunch? Really good so far?
Yeah, really nice. Thank you. I almost forgot. That works. I like the hot sauce. Time for the cheese coney. Proof. There is a hot dog. Structurally, this is about to be a disaster, but I don't hate this either. I actually prefer the 5-way to the cheese coney. Both painfully difficult to eat, but it's not bad. My official stance, I am in on Skyline Chili.
All right, guys, let me know. That was courtesy of the Eric Hammer there who provided that video on X, on Twitter. And they did a great review there. The question, smash or pass? Now, I said Skyline Chili. Really, I should say what was presented, right? So we're not talking about the entire menu. We're talking about what was presented. And what was presented was a boatload of cheese. A boatload of cheese. I mean, look at this. I'm just going to have his photo up again. That is a boatload of cheese. Look at that. My stomach says no. My stomach can't handle that. If this is the option right here, I have to pass. My stomach can't handle that. But if you look ahead, and again, you had the right technique. You do need the crackers there, at the beginning. But my goodness. You do have to twirl. You do have to slice it up and stuff. What I would say, I typically don't eat with onions. So cut the onions. I don't think he mentioned there's ketchup and mustard in the no, I don't think so. Cut that cheese. Cut about 80% of the cheese off the menu. Cut about 80%. I could do it with a little bit of cheese. Mix it in with the chili. It's a good mix. And it's different. It is different. But there is good flavors, right? As he devours it. All right. I do want to talk about this hot dog, too. Again, I'm not an onion guy or anything like that, so I wouldn't worry about onions. But cut a little bit of, I wouldn't completely turn down the cheese. Cut it down just a little bit. Like, you don't have to overkill the chili cheese dog. You don't have to overkill it. Just give me a little bit of dog right there. You got dog. You got the chili. Cut this cheese like right there in half. Cut it just right there in the half. And it'll be in good shape. Eric likes it. Devours the rest of it. Or tries to. Now, my question, with how big this plate was, this bowl, is he eating all this? Are you eating all this? This is a plate full itself. This is how it started. All this cheese ended up in there. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. And again, courtesy of Eric there. So I'm going to have to, for what was presented, I'm going to have to pass. But that's okay. I would still go to Skyline. What I would not do, do not. So they had, I think, Skyline Chili lunches or whatever from at our college at BG. Do not take those. You need to actually go to the restaurant. If you get a TV dinner from Skyline Chili, you will also be spending some time in a restroom near you. You don't want that. You don't want them kind of problems. So there you go. All right. Our show's done. Tomorrow, we're going to get... Oh, one complaint I didn't mention about the World Cup. I didn't see the World Cup. Again, Team USA was eliminated, so the World Cup is dead to me. But people are watching the World Cup. Why is it on in the afternoon on a weekday? What are we doing? Why is it not on in prime time? I thought we were concerned about the heat. Oh, it's going to be too hot. Okay, so we're going to play it in the middle of the afternoon so we can satisfy the European audience. Screw them. This is here in the States. What are we doing? Put the games on in prime time where they belong, where people will watch, where people won't pass out because of heat exhaustion. Put it on in prime time. It's a big missed opportunity. People who do schedules sometimes, and I'm a TV schedule nerd, so I know typically how schedules go down. And when you have people who don't understand schedules outside of television, outside of safety, all because we have to satisfy the Europeans, you can miss me with that. Put it on in prime time. If they really love the World Cup, they'll stay up and watch. Just like how we have to get up early in the morning to watch games when it's in a different time zone. We got to do this or that. So, I don't know. That bothers me. That really does. Tomorrow, on Midnight Run, I will give you my 7 new NFL playoff teams and 7 out. 7 teams that made the playoffs last year, NFL playoffs, that will not qualify this year. 7 in, 7 out. We'll do that tomorrow here on Midnight Run. Thank you guys for joining us on the show. And it's a fun time. You got to love it. You got to love it. But we will see you guys tomorrow. Again, Eli is back on Monday, so I don't have to awkwardly look and like, oh, I got to hit this button. I got to hit that button. Because it's all like stretched out. So I didn't think Autumn's music was that loud earlier, but I got a fan running too. All right, guys. Go to bed. Talk to somebody about Jesus. Life's going to be good, even when you're going through problems. I know a lot of your student loans are up. It's way up. Talk to Jesus. We'll get through it together. All right. See you guys tomorrow here on Midnight Run. Remember to like and subscribe at InsideEdge Net across all of our social media platforms. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a good